Hello. Looks like we're live. Good. Okay. Just making sure everything's working. Yeah. So, really quick to explain the title thumbnail. I like the last week for me has like caused a lot of thoughts related to like gacha games and the gaming industry in general. Like before Zenless release, I watched a recent People Makes Games videos where the main writer for the channel, I believe, gave a speech to some group, some like gaming like workers group for the game industry in the United Kingdom, and basically talked about the general state of the gaming industry. And I have friends who work in the gaming industry, and you know, I follow the general gaming industry and whatever. Blah 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 blah. Like the gaming industry right now, in case you're not aware, is like plagued with like layoffs, and it's not in the healthiest state from most people's perception. Stream finally went live for you. That's because I went live slightly late. Sorry, I went live like 1 minute late because I was eating a granola bar that I didn't finish. So hello. But anyways, like the gaming industry is in a state wherein like companies are like, you know, firing the people that make the video games. And that's not cool. That's not cool, right? And like, yeah, I'm sure some of it is really dumb executives replacing their talent with thinking they can replace their talent, like say replacing writers or translators, like a certain game may have been doing. Not Hoyoverse, to be clear, but you know what I'm talking about. You know the game. I saw some posts lately that was like 99% chance basically that you know other game was using AI translation or machine learning translation. What do you want to call it? Which and that was, it's not a surprise at all. It explains a lot of the problems in the game. Anywho's, it's woo. It's Wuthering Waves. I'm just being coy for no reason at all. Wuthering Waves is an absolute mess of like text descriptions and whatever. They've adjusted a lot of it after the fact, but it kind of reeked of like either really poor quality control on their translations, or to some level AI replacement. And I saw a post specifically, at least with like the German language version of Wuthering Waves. It was like a bunch of like really specific markers that was like really typical of AI translation behavior. Oh, yeah. Anyways, what I'm like conflicted about though is not Wuthering Waves, but more Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves is connected to it, to be clear, in that like Wuthering Waves into Zenless's release, in conjunction with like the things happening in the gaming industry in general. Like games are expensive to make, right? I want to acknowledge that. This is why I've always said I don't think it's really a problem that, you know, free-to-play games, especially, they have to have monetization systems. I don't think it's a problem that, you know, free-to-play players in gacha games are forever, like, on the edge of feeling like they never have enough resources, because that's, like, kind of, they gotta make money. They gotta add some amount of structures to, you know, justify the ridiculous cost. Like, Genshin is either the most expensive or second most expensive game to ever exist. Second, I think, to Star Citizen. I don't think Star Citizen necessarily... Wait, does Star Citizen actually exist, or is that a different game I'm thinking of? I don't know. Point is, like, Genshin's a real product, and it's like an expensive one. Isn't HSO the same as Wuwa for, like, language? What? Anywho's, like... What's this live even about? The title is confusing. That's what I'm talking about right now. It's vague because all I have in my thoughts is vague thoughts. I'm sorry. I don't have anything more specific I can give you other than like I have vague thoughts floating around in my head, and I want to have a generalized conversation about it with peoples. Why do you say vague like vague? Because it's just, you know, people in my region of where I live, I'm used to saying it. Would you rather say I say it Bagway? It was a joke, but you know. Anywho's, some people in different areas say words differently. I regret to inform you. You're just gonna have to deal with it. How do you say plague? There you go. I just joined. What are we talking about? So, anywho's, I was interrupted. Sorry. To be clear, I interrupted myself. Also, I should be doing things well, yeah. Where's Layla? There we go. We want to pre-farm for Emilie today while I ramble about things and talk to stuff with you guys. But what leaked Natlan character do I like the most? Leaked? I mean, there's none that are leaked right now, I think, other than the ones that were revealed officially by Hoyoverse. I like the Hydra lady the most. But anyways, so like what I am conflicted about is like how the generalized landscape of like the gaming industry is such that, like, you know, the companies need to make some amount of money, right, to justify the development of these games. And I still don't think Gacha is the best monetization system, because the main problem with Gacha as a monetization system is kind of tied to like the problem with live service games in general, in that like people have a finite amount of time, right? Like if you're playing Genshin consistently, that heavily limits the amount of other things you can play. You're logging on to Genshin consistently, right? And so like the bar of quality I think required for a game to justify being live service, and the bar of quality required, especially even like as a bar further than even the baseline of just being live service. If a game is a live service and it's gacha, I think it has to really be high quality to justify it, is my current feeling. And that's kind of always been my current feeling. But I've been on the general side of like still gacha is kind of bad because it manipulate, like it's basically just implementing things into game design that to some degree or another manipulate people's psychology. But at the same time, when the games like Genshin and Zenless or Starrail have a really strong aspects to them that are, you know, there's a very good game underneath the gacha elements, and like there is the ability for you to play the game and mostly ignore the gacha elements, right? Like I don't know, man. Like when thinking about it, comparing like live service monetization models compared with gacha compared to subscription models for like MMOs or like what the Final Fantasy or 14 or World of Warcraft, right? WoW, and content indeed from Sigewinne. She's the content lady. Didn't even say anything there. All right, so the bad thing is most free games are gacha. I mean, okay, you're getting a little bit too like. There's a complex conversation in the mobile game landscape too, to be clear. Right now, I feel like the only company, like, people are gonna be like, oh, you're a Hoyo creator, a Hoyo simp when I'm saying this, but like, I'm sorry, the only company that I have seen that meets the bar of quality that I think is required of, like, and this is, they themselves have kind of set this bar at this point. They are the gold standard. MiHoYo's the only one. MiHoYo's the only one doing it that is of a high enough quality, right? Like Wuthering Waves is not a terrible game by any stretch of the imagination. It's just it doesn't stand out enough on its own, and I like, and like Wuthering Waves into Zenless's release has really highlighted that difference in quality that MiHoYo has. And like, I don't know, right? Like is the amount of like money, is the fact that, like, you know, while the entire games industry is self-destructing in one form or another, the fact that MiHoYo seems to be just dumping all the resources into their development. Like MiHoYo does consistently pretty much feel like, wow, they're doing something with the money they've made, right? I I don't have that faith with other companies, and I don't know. There's a complex relationship when it comes to gacha games and like player trust too. And like, you know, for you to be comfortable to like dump money into these games, even consider it, you have to trust the game's gonna like continue existing, right? So like I saw comments from some random person about like how if a game takes like a developer has to take a major risk to like start developing a gacha game in the first place, and then, you know, if it doesn't take off enough to like succeed and they end of service it, like it doesn't have the ability to sustain itself, then what do you ever trust that development company again? Right? Like no. like no. Like you like the people that spent money in like a gacha game that just died after a year or two, are they ever trusted again? Like no, it's such a risk, right? For a company to even still develop it. It's a risk to develop a game in general, and it's still a risk to develop a gacha game. I don't know, and like, there's problems with it. Every single video game cannot be a gacha game. That's not what I'm trying to argue for here. I'm just saying that it's like, it's interesting how MiHoYo seems to be like the only one that I feel right now, despite all their flaws, despite all the individual things like I complain about in Genshin, like, good God, what the frick is this? Like, what is this? Like it's funny because like some of the same baseline ideas in theater are in the Hollow Zero mode in Zenless. In that like, oh, you have random characters that you can get from it as you progress through it, except the buffs actually do interesting things. It's engaging to like proceed through it and like manage like the debuff effects going on, and the random character effect is not that bad because when you don't have like this stupid element restriction, like only certain classes of things you can be select in the first place, and you can always guarantee going in to start with one specific character that you want, and then you get the ones from the subset later. Like what were they thinking? Like, MiHoYo's not perfect, is my point. Genshin is not perfect. But on like a more simple level of like the baseline quality, like how insane it is that they managed to release as much content, and not that every patch with Genshin is a banger, but they, like every 6 weeks to 3 months they release a very significant amount of content, right?
It does actually rain in the desert
in Genshin. And the scale of this game, like good God, like just imagine a new player starting this game, how much crap there is to do, right? Like, you spend hundreds and hundreds of hours in this game before you even like start learning the actual mechanics of the combat, if ever, right? That's like why people like aren't necessarily as interested in the combat of Genshin sometimes, because there's so much content in the game. You don't have to be interested in the combat to enjoy Genshin. And like, I don't know, man. And as far as like a balance of like the main reason to pull for characters to use them in combat, the fact that you can enjoy lots of aspects to MiHoYo's games without ever pulling for a character is a pretty significant deal as well. It's weird, man. I don't mean just simp for MiHoYo, but like they're the only one meeting the quality level that is necessary, and like I suspect we're going to see eventually soon some Western gaming company do a gacha game, right? I'm surprised it has taken this long, and maybe there's been something under the radar that was announced that I never saw, but I suspect when a Western gaming development company, whether it be from Europe or America or wherever else, right? Not Asia, essentially. I already ran out of the 2 times rewards. Well, screw it. I'll just do the thing. I suspect it will not go well, right? Like, I don't think most Western gaming development companies, like developers, have the philosophy and like development processes, right? The right necessary mindset for a company to like succeed in the way that Mihoyo has succeeded is my generalized feeling. So like Mihoyo feels like they've carved out their niche of they are like they are the gacha game company. like it almost feels like they set the standard so high that no one can compete with them. Cause I don't know, man. They're the only one, like if at this point, like they're the only one, like if they're releasing a game, I can be like, yeah, they're probably making a pretty good game underneath all the gacha structures, and the gacha is just how they justify its existence. Yeah, I need more of these, so yeah, the conflict is like, I don't know how to feel, because I still don't like gacha for its baseline of its manipulating people's psychology to get them, like it's gambling mindset, right? Like that's what the monetization system is. It's leaning into like our monkey brains being monkey brains, and like having the temptation to go and, you know, go here and be like, I really want Farida's C2. Like I still maintain like this shouldn't exist. I feel like Mihoyo could have made plenty of money without this existing. And I feel like Mihoyo can make plenty of money without, you know, anything past C2 of limited characters existing, right? Like, would they make less money? Yeah, I'm sure they would. But I don't know, man, right? Like, Genshin is not a game that exists in any form. Like, you try to imagine, what does Genshin look like if it wasn't a gacha game? It looks nothing like what it is. This game is nothing. This is not the same game in any like meaningful way, shape, or form if it's not a gacha, right? And yes, so you're not wrong, Vice. That's any business is based on attracting people to spend. Exactly, right? And it's just a matter of like how, we shouldn't just tolerate manipulative business practices, right? But at the same time, it's for me, like, it hasn't been that hard. After I got over like the initial, to be clear, they got me a few times. But after I've gotten over the initial hump of like how the gacha things manipulate my mindset, I'm now aware of how it works. I didn't mean to do that. And like I can spend money knowing, right, what I'm doing, essentially. I didn't skill. Whoops. So yeah, I don't know, right? Like seeing Mihoyo make as high quality games as they are, when not just like in the entire world, there's a lot of like low quality games being output, a lot of layoffs in the game industry. Like the gaming industry is clearly struggling to sustain itself, and meanwhile Mihoyo here is putting oodles of money. They're making oodles of money, but they're putting oodles of money back into it. Right? Like, they're hiring lots of people. They're funding research. I mean, I didn't mean nuclear fission research, but yes. I meant more like literal like game design, game engine research. I think that's what they do that's more notable as far as the game industry conversation goes. Factors in his FOMO too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, and by no means, again, do I want every game company to start making gacha games. It's not what I'm calling for. I can barely stomach playing 2 gacha games constantly, or more generalized 2 live service games constantly. It's unless, like, just as an example, like Wuthering Waves, man. Zenless is like, I really enjoy Zenless. Wuthering Waves, despite buying both battle passes in the previous patch and this patch, I'm at the point where I think I have to spend at least half of my resin equivalent in Wuthering Waves. Like, at least every other day, I think I have to spend farming ley lines. The equivalent of ley lines. Despite buying the battle pass, and that's with only like 2 and that's without having the final like ascension thing unlocked. Like I can't do final level ups for characters or weapons yet. That's like a month away at least, I think. And Like I'm not close to the final investment. This isn't like, oh, this is a problem because I crowned too many characters or whatever in Wuthering Waves. I haven't gotten close to the point of crowning characters, essentially. And like Wuthering Waves is not meeting that bar of quality, right? Despite the fact that in like a more generalized sense, I don't think it's that bad of a game relative to how many, like they do some things really well. They've clearly put some effort into it. I do not think it's just like they're just trying to cash in on like, oh, let's make some money off of these gambling addicts. Like that's not what Wuthering Waves feels like to me. It just feels so much lower quality, right? Yeah, and like Woo gives more. Yeah, sure, you get more wishes, but you can't actually level up your characters. Like I have leveled up 2 characters with like any meaningful amount of investment, and I am out of resources. Like I need to now farm for the baseline resources, the more equivalent, to be able to level up anything. Skill issue, dude, stick with Genshin. I mean, I am going to stick with Genshin. Genshin is like I'm gonna stick with Genshin, and like I'm probably gonna continue playing Zenless. Like Genshin is still like a wonderful creative platform for me. Like the game itself is very flawed in many ways. But like Genshin is still a wonderful creative platform for me to like man, like I made a freaking 4-hour stream talking about, well, it wasn't just Emilie, but a 4-hour stream mostly just talking about Emilie. One character. I talked about one character for an upcoming release in this game for 4 hours. Like Genshin has a really interesting platform in the ways to think about the things happening in the game, right? And part of the fact of that, of course, is my like level of knowledge I have on Genshin. But anyways, why is the game called Gay Shrek? What game? Woo doesn't feel polished to me? No, not at all. It's like, yeah, the story is, yeah, the story. Can you even me build again in Wua? I think you can. But I haven't gotten to the point where I have the freedom to do that, right? Like, right now in Wuthering Waves, like, despite the fact, to illustrate this issue the most, and like how borked the progression feels, I'm like 99% confident I 100% have enough characters, and I think I have enough equipment, like, that will roll some mess of good enough stats that I think I can clear the tower, which is the Abyss equivalent in Wuthering Waves. Except I can't, because I'm gated by resources, and I'm pretty sure I'm gated by like about a month. Like, I've had the things for a while. I just like in Genshin, I've never felt this extent of progression issues. Like, I can feel the progression in Genshin, whereas like I can't feel the progression in Wuthering Waves. I have all the things to be successful, but can't be successful. And I don't know, like you can meme build, I think. Like I want to do like a healer DPS build on one of the characters in Wuthering Waves that I like, but it genuinely feels like I am probably 2 months away from having the flexibility to be able to do that. Even if I wanted to start on it like right now, I don't know, like. We were gated in Genshin 2 in early game, you just don't remember? I have played 3 different Genshin accounts. Guys, like, I never felt this on any of them. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not saying it's perfect in Genshin. They absolutely do the same thing. It's a core gacha structure to try to get you to keep on logging in over time and whatever. Like, I'm saying the balance is f***ed in Wuthering Waves. Not that it shouldn't exist. So, I don't know. Anywho's. Like in Wuthering Waves, I noticed this, like, progression issue halfway through the progression structure in the game, right? Like the equivalent of at the level 50 to 60 ascension in Genshin was when I started to notice the progression issues in Wuthering Waves. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know. Like they need to rebalance a lot of it, and I hope they do. But at this point, like, the overall level of the quality game has more issues than just the balance. It's just an example of the quality, one of the issues of quality. And like it's really striking the quality difference, like going from Wuthering Waves into ZZZ. Oh, I'm sorry. Like I want to like Wuthering Waves more. There's some fun aspects to it, but then it doesn't justify the Gacha BS. Basically, it doesn't strike the right balance of Gacha BS to how much can I enjoy the game. How do I bleep live with a HSR is a worse grind than Genshin? I agree. I agree. I really hate the HSR grind. The main thing HSR is going for it is I should go check how many of those materials I have. The main thing HSR is going for it is the fact that you can literally, well, not literally, but almost completely ignore the gacha. Honestly, there's probably pretty easy methods to basically completely ignore the gacha and just experience the story. I think some of the bosses might be a bit difficult, but if you literally just play, like, there's a lot of really enjoyable story content in HSR that you don't have to engage that meaningfully with the gacha, because like the only thing the gacha is relevant for is the combat and seeing your characters, I guess, walk around overworld. And for exploration things, I don't know. Okay, I don't know where I want to take Emilie to on my main account to start. Probably at least level 8 on her burst and skill. So let's go see it. People also complain about power creep in HSR, not even 1 year in. They've done an okay job. Like, for how Star Rail seemed much more inclined towards power creep, I think they've done an okay job of it. But one funny thing I see, like, I've seen people say, like, oh, you can still use Seal, right? The DPS they released in version 1.0 in Star Rail to clear, you know, the highest difficulty Abyss equivalent in Star Rail. Yes, but then like you're like, oh, what supports are you using? And they're using like the more recently released supports like Sparkle. Like, so, you know, for most players, I think there has been a pretty significant effect of power creep in Star Rail, but at the same time, again, because, you know, like, I stopped caring about, because I didn't find the endgame, most of the endgame combat they put in Star Rail very fun. I stopped caring. Like they released Pure Fiction and it was fun for a second, and then they made it, and then I just stopped. I just stopped caring. And it's more related to honestly how they designed enemies specific to like characters. Like way overly specific enemies tuned to specific character abilities, and like wanting specific things to counter those enemies. It was so awful in Star Rail. That was actually, I think, the core issue. Less than just characters getting stronger, that made the endgame unenjoyable for me. So because I stopped caring about it, it didn't matter. And because there's enjoyable enough things about the game outside of just, you know, engaging with getting characters and the combat, it was not that big of a deal to me. So, I don't know. Like, it's a problem for sure, but I also think it's not as much of a problem as it could have been, essentially. So I don't know. HSR isn't perfect. Genshin, not perfect. ZZZ. This video will hopefully be out tomorrow. I spent like several hours yesterday writing out notes of like more organized thoughts on Zenless. I'm not gonna go talk about Zenless 2 in depth here, because this is just gonna be the video tomorrow, and I'm gonna work on this today. Hopefully it'll be out tomorrow. And Zenless, for me, not saying it's for everyone. Like, it's not a style of game that's necessarily going to appeal for everyone. Is as close to perfection as I could add. Like, the only things I can really find to criticize about Zenless right now, with my 1 week experience with it. So it's still first impressions. I want to emphasize that really heavily. My first impressions experience is like, the only things I complain about are that it is still a gacha game. And, you know, proceed into it with caution if you are susceptible to gacha things. I love the TV mechanic. I like, Akari, please explain to me. So like, I have seen nobody explaining the TV mechanic. For people that are like, I dislike the TV mechanic, it's just like, I dislike it. It's annoying. Why? What about it is annoying?
We mercs have
I think, like, because the TV mechanic is basically just an interrupter into the flow of, like, doing combat or doing story, and oftentimes there is, like, dialogue that happens during the story. Like, my friend Brett, his theory with why people don't like the TV mechanic is because they're skipping story. It doesn't feel like a modern game. What do you mean it doesn't feel like a modern game? It has all kinds of modern features. I'm sorry, like, what? Whatever. Anywho's, I'm not trying to like hate on you or anything. Like, I haven't seen anything that I'd say was like really great constructive criticism, because like the TV thing is not really a mechanic. It's more like an interface for other things in the game, right? And it's meant to represent other things happening like in a story level, without like I feel like what people want is they just want like the TV thing instead of it being, oh, I'm doing puzzles in a grid that's 2D. Instead, I'm doing the annoying 3D puzzles where it just takes arbitrarily longer because now it's in a 3D environment. Like, that's what I feel like people are complaining about. Like, they just can't deal with the fact that it's a 2D thing. I don't know, man. Anywho's, I don't think it's like, oh my god, it's the best part of the game. Yeah, certainly. But I think it's a good flow breaker to break up the pacing of the game and not just be constant combat, not just be constant, you know, talk to NPC, read, click through, listen to text that is on the screen. Like, it's a flow breaker to make it more interactive, and like it's not, and like the TV mechanic isn't even a mechanic. It's just like an interface for doing things like puzzles, for doing things like exploration. It has nice little dopamine hits, like, oh, I found some coin thingies that I like. I don't know, man. I think it seems pretty well designed. Like, it's not like the reason to play the game by any means, but I also have had plenty of instances where I enjoyed my time in it. Like, I didn't dislike it. I don't know. It takes a bit too long for it to get it over with. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Let's not talk about the ZZZ too much here. What do I need to do for Emilie? So I don't know. Like, Zenless is a really, really good game, I think. It has my first impressions. It more than, it's the first Gacha game that I've like been comfortable in. Like, yeah, I want my friends that like are like similar to me in that like they're very resistant to playing Gacha games. It's the first one I've been like, I want you guys to play this, right? And anywho's, I have like 1,200 words of notes. Like, it wasn't, the 1,200 words is like script level, close to script level. Like, it's like short video script level. And okay, how many, I can convert 20 of those, 20, yeah, okay. Yeah, like my notes for the video were just meant to be notes that I follow along as I talk about different things and my thoughts related to ZZZ. And instead I've got a whole hour script. And that's not good because it's gonna make editing the video a nightmare. Anywho's, do I know what to farm? I do. I just have been getting distracted. So anyways, yeah, I really like Zenless. It's not gonna be for everyone. No game is going to be for everyone, but I think it's a really, really, really well-refined idea. It clearly has its own vision for what they wanted it to be, and has its own identity for what it is. Like, Zenless feels like Zenless. And that's such a strong point of the game, in my opinion. So, you can make a wishlist account in Zenless. I could. I'm not that interested in doing wishlists, personally. Like, I think ignoring the gacha system completely inevitably tends you towards, like, just getting more focused on the worst aspects of gacha games, almost. Like, now you're just, like, you're forced down to the hyper-investing into a small set of characters versus, like, the part of the fun of gacha games, like, with gacha games that are giving you multiple characters, is to, you know, use the characters. So, like, I find restrictions on what you wish for fun, but completely restricting wishing at all, less fun. Personally. People played Zenless because it's not Genshin. Yeah, I don't know. I think people went into it expecting, like, I went into it with no expectations. I did not go into expecting, oh, I need another open world game. Like, no. Go play freaking Wuthering Waves if you need an open world game, sorry. That's like the main strength of Wuthering Waves, honestly, right now, is that its open world exploration is pretty good. But like, I don't know, man. Like, it's very much its own game. It's not trying to be Genshin, it's not trying to be Star Rail. And that's a really good thing. Anywho's, I wish it was on PS4. The game's hardware requirements are way too high to run on the PS4. I'm sorry. Like, you got the when did the PS4 come out? Like, I hate to inform you. I know, like, it's many games that are really good run on the PS4 still. PlayStation 4. But, like, old hardware, games being developed around old hardware limits the kinds of things that games can do, and like, I don't know, man. I'd rather old things die and like there be some amount of progression, and like it hampers innovation if everything has to be designed around the oldest hardware, right? The PlayStation 4 release date 2013. Like, this was not like that's 11 years ago. Sorry, 10 and a half years ago. Yeah, they already limit these games by making them for phones. Sure, but phones, the difference is phones have very modern things implemented in them, like how do I explain this? Like processing that is tuned towards specific like new innovations like ray tracing stuff, right? Like having hardware equipped like processors that can have dedicated hardware components to doing ray tracing, like lighting engine processing, means like that's not in the PS4, right? So like I know, but like what it means if they're not developing for PS4 is there's not enough of a market for PS4 to make it worthwhile to develop, right? Ultimately. But anyways, yeah, cloud streaming is actually one of those interesting solutions actually to that problem. Yeah, I think cloud streaming is a better solution to the problem than games needing to be actually developed to run on our old hardware. But old hardware can be given a lot of new life if it has the ability to stream newer games. I think that is interesting and good. So, anywho's, half of PlayStation users are on PS4 still, LOL. I mean, so Mihoyo clearly made a decision that it's not worth it, at least right now, to release Zenless on PS4. Clearly, regardless of half of the PlayStation player base being on PS4, that's not enough of that's not enough of a market to justify the development of it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, they probably considered it and clearly made the decision. So, and I don't know. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, if it's available for streaming on different platforms, how many can I make? I need 63, so I can make, that's 15, that's 18, we'll start with 18. Okay, nice couple of refunds. So, anywho's, yeah, like, I'm not saying they shouldn't make a PS4 version, but, like, it's clearly not the priority for them. I don't know. I like the idea of old hardware getting new life with streaming. I think that's where streaming could have the most value. Meanwhile, I think like the likes of Microsoft or whatever just want streaming to exist so that they can subscription monetize the hell out of you. And, you know, yay, basically. Let's, okay. I have almost enough to level 8. I'm probably not going to farm any more past level 8 for now until I know how much I like Emilie. Oh wait, you know what? Wait, I can do another one of these. Perfect. Okay. Alright. And blam. There we go. I have like the perfect amount. Let's go. I have enough. Oh, frick. Wait. I forgot. No, I'm going to do shenanigans with her, so I need to level her normal attack talent too. Okay. Well, never mind. I guess I do have to continue farming. There was no need to optimize that down. I have the perfect amount right now. Almost the perfect amount to... Oh wait, no, this is enough to level 6. Oh no, we're fine. Okay, no, I'm dumb. I did factor that properly. Yeah, okay. This is enough for... this is the perfect amount to get to level 6 normal attack down on Emilie, and level 8 on burst and scale, which is probably fine for me to stop at until I know how much I like Emilie. So, are you pulling for a weapon? I mean, maybe. We'll see. But again, I want her weapon from the Emilie stream. If you missed it, I want her weapon more for shenanigans or even Arlecchino shenanigans. Basically, Bennett C6 shenanigans is why I want Emilie's weapon. For her, it'd just be like, yeah, it's cool on her, I guess. That's the kind of player I am. So yeah, anywho's. I still feel like Emilie's weapon doesn't match her design at all. I think it looks good. I don't know. Anywho's. What other pre-farm do I need to do for Emilie? So... Anywho's, yeah, I don't know. Feel free to... hopefully my Zenless video will be out tomorrow. It'll have... It's mostly just going to be Zenless specific thoughts, but you'll probably see some vibes of the other thoughts that I've had and that I mentioned in the stream, in that, like, Zenless justifies the Gacha monetization system, and so, like, the is this good and I'm conflicted is, like, Gacha games are supporting the gaming industry on a supporting the continued existence in the gaming industry and making fun gaming experiences. Zenless is a really fun gaming experience and has cool ideas and unique ideas and some innovation in, like, game design. I feel like that like Gacha it made that, right? So, like, is it good? I don't know. Like, I don't think it's good for every game to be Gacha by any means. It clearly has resulted in some good things, is kind of all it is, right? I think that's what is worth acknowledging. And I'm conflicted because I still rail against structures in games that are highly manipulated and whatever. But at the same time, it does make something worth existing. Like, it justifies it. And Hoyo feels like the only company justifying it right now. I don't know. These are all just loose, vague thoughts in my mind. And you'll just see hints of them as I talk about things in general in the future. But screw you, gachas. Gachifying your game. Yeah. You know what? Also a funny thought I had. The worst gacha game in existence. There's one worse gacha game than any other gacha game. I think we can all safely acknowledge this, right? The worst gacha game to exist is real life. Right? I think I'm, like, right? Fate Grand Order. You thought I was gonna say Fate. Like real life, man, it's just rife with people manipulating each other all across the board, and, like, deception, the capitalism run rampant, and, like, you're completely at the whims of luck. Most people are at the whims of luck more than anything for how successful they are in life. You know, you don't choose where you're born, you don't choose your parents, you don't blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, there's no freaking pity system in real life, man. It sucks balls. So yeah. Like, as far as randomized systems of existence goes, real life just sure does feel like a pretty shit gacha game, gotta say. Real life is a shit game in general, but it's a really shitty gacha game. Anywho's, but yeah, what am I doing? Some people are running no wishing accounts IRL. Yeah, I know, right? What is a no wishing account IRL? Is that just no money? Is that just homeless? Oh, frick me. No, you know what? No wish accounts. Like, the true no wish accounts are, like, the people that go, like, live in the mountains and they just, like, hunt for a living. They're like, no, I'm returning to, like, the hunter tribe style of living. And you know what? I absolutely respect it. You know, those are the true no wish gamers of the world. Yeah, homeless is just being free to play. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. What? This is supposed to be an Emilie farming stream on top of my weird rambles. What? Okay, you know, I need flowers. I need lake light lilies, which, I still haven't completed the quest that lets me get all of these, but oh well. I think I have plenty of gears. What else does Emilie need? I think it's just that, right? Oh, her boss, but I'll do her boss like the week before. Yeah, I got talent mats. I think I just need these. I have plenty of gears, I think. On this account. On Polearms only, I'm gonna have to go fight gear things. Yeah, I got plenty of gears for Emilie here. Okay, what does her weapon do? What is her weapon? I don't know I'm getting her weapon, but it's not unlikely, because I plan to make the, what is X amount of dollars get you video on my main account, not on Polearms only. What it use? Lumiduce Elegy, I think is what it's called. No, what is it? What? Oh, it doesn't come up in search. I forgot. Amber.top doesn't work. For that. Yeah, it's called Lumiduce Elegy. Goblets. Oh, he uses Whopper flowers, and I don't really need to pre-farm for this, to be clear. Is this enough Whopper flower guts for the weapon? Let's see. You need 27 of the highest here. Oh, it's definitely not. Frick me. I don't feel like farming with a weapon. I don't feel like it. We're just gonna go. You can get gears from fishing. Are you implying I should fish on Polearms only to farm for Emilie? I refuse. I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to do this quest so I can actually get the things. And also make this area pretty, because it looks ugly and desaturated, and I want it to look pretty. I'll do it eventually, soon. Maybe this stream. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long Polearms only farming takes. It's always Whopper flowers and slimes. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be that hard. Like, I can just join into people in co-op if I need to farm. I don't remember where. I think the lake light lilies are like all around the little pockets of water, right? If I recall. So I think there's like a whole bunch down here. So we'll go check. But yeah, I refuse to. I refuse to fish for freaking. No. Bam. Didn't crit. There we go. Good job, Dia. We need to probably switch to Cloud Retainer. Can you get out of combat, Minister? You didn't die. There we go. Yoink. Let's switch to Cloud Retainer. No, I'm not gonna fish. Why does everyone want me to fish? Why? I don't even need gears. Why do you want me to fish for gears? Like, if you really want me to fish, I will do it on Polearms only for like 10 minutes, okay? Fine. Fish. On Polearms only. I need it for the fish bow, yeah. Well, wait, no, you have to fish like in Fontaine for gears, right? We're not fishing for 2 hours. I will like set a time limit. I'm not gonna lose my sanity this stream. I actually wanted to be productive, and I need to maintain my sanity to record the Zenless video. Believe it or not. Okay. Don't fish, Sylvia. Used your member message. Don't fish. Thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. Alright, well, I mean, 80% of people are voting for fishing. Is there more? I feel like there was more lake light lilies. Also, I didn't actually change the Cloud Retainer. I feel like...
My contraptions are...
Why 80% for fish? What is wrong with the chat today? Is this what Gacha games do to us? Okay, good. I figured there was more here. Any over here? I need to do this quest. This quest really doesn't take that long to do. I liked the quest line for clearing this area when I did it on Polearms only. It's just hard to motivate me to do the same things twice. Okay. Yeah, we'll go fine. We'll go on to Polearms only. We just need to finish collecting some garbage here. There's nothing else to do in the game anyways, I guess, yeah. Yoink. Yoink. Alright. I just teleported to the same place, didn't I? I guess we can go... I don't know if this actually has any, but we're gonna go over there. Do-do-do. We'll lose his sanity. No. I refuse. I already lost my sanity the moment I enjoyed Zenless, I think. Okay. Well, this is not what I wanted, but... Yay. Did I do dailies? I don't think I did dailies yet. Nope, definitely didn't. Alright then. Well, that's fine. We might get some more chests along the way. Do I have catch R5? Yes. Yes, I definitely do. Okay, there's probably some there. Let's go. Zenless is fun. I've been really enjoying it. No, me too. It's genuinely one of my favorite games in general that I've tried recently. Okay. I think I was wrong about where the flowers are, or some of these might not appear. Some of the flowers maybe don't show up until you clear the gunk. Crazy idea, I know. Okay, let's go check here, and then we'll check here, and then we'll go here, here, and I know there's a whole bunch there. I'll get the ones there, and or here. Some mix up there. Maybe there's some here too, but I'm saving that to last. I want to get the small bodies of water first. Okay, yeah, we'll go here. You have 100% of the map? No. I mean, I've fallen out of love with Genshin's exploration as far as like 100%ing goes. I mean, I actually, honestly, not even in the first place. I've never been a 100%er kind of person unless I really, really like an area, right? Like I like the new area, the ocean Remuria area, enough to 100% it. On full arms only. I don't really want to 100% it again. But I will do more exploration there, like, eventually, probably. Okay, clearly there's no flowers here. But, you know, it's just, I think it's just a matter of, like, a lot of the areas feel pretty samey to me. And again, I don't want to do them twice on different accounts, so, you know. What con is your Dia? C1. There we go. Good. It was worth coming over here. It's really, I really like the music in Zenless, by the way. Oh, frick. I don't think I have that in my notes. I'm going to add that to my notes. Music. It is very much its own thing again. It's very distinct. It oftentimes is much more of like it's much more understated and less like Genshin has this like particular like yeah, that's a really good song. I'd say ZZZ's music is more like vibe music. I don't think there's anything there. That's the local legend. Wait, is there? No, I don't think there is. Anyways, yeah, we're farming for Emilie. But yeah, Zenless music I really like. It's a very good vibe. It's like I kind of like just leaving the game running in the background on my computer sometimes. Last few days, and just having like the nice like beat in the background. And I'm usually not a have music going on the background type of individual. Like I like to listen to music, but they did a good job. It fits really well. And it's impressive how distinct it feels compared to, you know, their other games to me. They very much wanted it to feel like its own thing. And that's a good thing. Okay. I think we just got the mate. Well, there's I'm like 90% sure there's some there, so here, we'll go here and we'll go over down here and then we'll cut over this way and through this way. Hello, Aatrox. Help me in account review and save my account. I like join my Discord server and ask questions there. Ideally, you know, you can try to provide whatever info. Like I might try to help you there if I have time. I like people that message me, can you like fix my account or whatever, like yes, like submit to the forum, whatever. You can message me, I might respond to you, but like again, I have thousands of submissions. It's not possible for me to get to everyone. I would love to if I had magic superpowers, but I don't. I was wrong about this. Oh no, I wasn't. There we go. I do not have the physical ability to do what you want me to do, unfortunately. But my Discord server is a pretty good place. There's a build help channel. Build an account help channel, so you can ask questions there. You know, keep in mind, you know, try to be specific, like what's your goal, and have like realistic goals. Like, you know, if you're AR 35 and you're like, I want a 36-star abyss, you know, start a little bit lower than that. Especially with this abyss cycle. But yeah. I didn't even see what they were spamming. I just looked over and saw Sylveon deleted a bunch of messages. Thank you, Sylveon. I would like to get this chest, but I also don't feel like getting it right now. Okay. Candace main towards Candace main. What is better, sat for plunge Candace, Marsasis, or Shimes? Shimenawas doesn't buff plunge damage. It only buffs normal and charge attack damage, right? Oh, it does buff plunge. What? I could have... Never mind. Alright. My bad. For plunge Candace, I'm assuming, like, unless you're doing C6 Bennett plunge Candace, you probably need the energy, right? So, like, the equation for Shimenawas is always like, do you need your burst? How relevant is your burst? And on most characters, burst is relevant. On Candace, if you want to do Hydro Plunge Candace, her Hydro Infusion comes from her burst. So, you kind of need the energy, which means, yeah, Marshall says is going to be the best, assuming you know you're doing Farina, right? So, yeah, it's like, Shimenawas is a strong buff, a strong enough buff that it could start to compete with Marshall's at really high investment levels, particularly on characters that have crit ascensions, or if you have weapons that have a lot of crit, right? But particularly for Candace, like, you know, just using Marshall's is probably going to be stronger, if you can use it. Or even, or in her case, 2V's bonuses should be better too, since you presumably need her burst. When are you usually free on Discord? I mean, I'm not gonna just like, I don't have a specific time. I'm sorry, and I'm not gonna just be like, yes, I will schedule a time to talk with you specifically. I'm sorry, but like, just posting things in general in the build help section, I will oftentimes check that. Like, I check the build help channel on my Discord server more regularly than I check my own DMs. Because DMs are a really big time sink. And like, if you post in the build help channel, oftentimes what I'll do is like, I'll peruse through it, and like, someone else will oftentimes usually respond, right, and to whatever you ask in the channel. And if I have my own input when I'm reading through it, I will add in my own input if I feel like there's something that I have to say that's worth adding, right? Or whatever else. So, you know. Just, like, there's a good chance I'll see it, not necessarily guaranteeing that I'm gonna respond to it, right? I have finite time, I'm sorry. Jerkave C6, I wish.
Perhaps one should invent something.
And we got a daily, how exciting. Man, I can't friggin' wait until, well, okay, we still don't know how the conversion goes, and they said how much the conversion goes to, but I don't know how many points convert. Like, I think they said like your daily resin converts to like 12 points or whatever. Is 12 points a daily? Is 40 resin a daily now? I don't know. I'm gonna assume not, and I'm gonna assume your daily resin can only allow you to complete maybe one commission a day. But even daily resin completing one commission a day is a heck of an improvement. So 30 resin to one daily. It's 30 resin to one daily? Really? They're letting us fully complete dailies with just resin? Let's freaking go. And even stockpile on top of that? What reality have we transported into? I can't believe it. They've completely, is that what it is? Okay. When they announced it, they just were like, you get this many points. And I was just like, okay, but what are the points? I don't actually remember. And it doesn't actually say in-game how many points it costs. It just says, you know, obtain the things and you get the points. Like, woo. So, if it's 30 resin is 1 daily, that's incredibly good. Thank you, Mihoyo. Because, like, you know, today we're gonna have to go over to Mondstadt, right? Do some things there. They actually are doing good things. Yeah, there's a lot. There's, like, I think a good, like, 10 or 15. Also, there's an Oculus there. There's a good 10 or 15 Lake Lilies that show up there after you do the quest. Big slimes. Die, please. Wait. Thank you. Oh my god. I should have just bursted, but I refuse. I'm stubborn. I wish I had C2 Dia. These would be dead by now. Bam. 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 There we go. I've been meaning to test Dia on Vorakashas in this team, by the way. Not with Clever Trainer, with Farina instead of, or not Farina. Oh god, Jesus. Nahida. But I keep forgetting. Also, I don't think I have good enough Vorakashas build to be able to actually burst consistently with Dia. Vorakashas in this team, which is annoying. But Vorakashas should theoretically be meaningfully better with Dia in this team. Partially because I have C1, but more importantly because, or sorry, not C1. Partially because I have her weapon, which does increase her skill damage a bit. So in conjunction with C1, obviously it makes her weapon a bit better because it gives her more HP scaling, whatever. But Vorakashas gets skill damage bonus, and that's going to help pretty significantly, potentially, with seeing Dia's skill do meaningful things when it comes to Sigewinne's skill damage buff, or flat skill damage buff. But this is the Dia build right now. It's a 4-piece emblem. Yeah. ER timepiece, because that's kind of what you do if you're using a crit weapon on Dia. I think I have a Vorakashas build I could use, to be clear, in this team. If I'm using Fav, or maybe Skyward I could get to work, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna strongbox for Vorakashas for Dia in the future, realistically, to get better options. I probably need a good ER timepiece, realistically. Is the most achievable way, which I do not have. So, you know. Anywho's. Yoink. How's the vote still at 81% fishing? You know you can change your vote, right? You have time. You have time to save yourselves from this. Dia's better at C2. I agree. Dia's better at C6 too, in case you didn't know. I should probably do this, because, you know. Well, I don't know why I wasn't doing this, by the way. This would have solved this problem. Die, please. There we go. Oh, there's some over there. Okay. Are you pulling for anyone in 4.8? Emilie, that's why I'm doing this. Okay, I think we are mostly done with flowers here. I think we're done. Okay. Okay. How many do we have? How many was that? This is going to be the timeline for, like, how many more do I need? 77? Okay. So, you know, a week more, basically. Not a problem. Not a problem. Is Nilu worth it? I mean, if you like her, it's not hard to make use of her. She has, I think her gameplay gets a little bit stale. The basic nuance to her gameplay is, like, one, if you don't have Nahida, I wouldn't really bother getting her right now. Like, you should prioritize getting Nahida before you get Nilou. For Nilou. Realistically, they really heavily kind of design. Well, yeah, no, they'll just keep it simple. They definitely designed. Which commission should I do? Not that one. Okay. Where? Oh, over there. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I don't know. Have I tried any other good teams for DPS Candace other than like Plunge Candace? Like, Plunge Candace is by far the best way to do stuff with her, and I really like, since Candace gets herself, Hydro Infusion. I actually really like doing forward vape stuff with Plunge things in Cloud Retainer versus, so forward vape is the Hydra unit triggers vape versus the Pyro unit triggering vape. I enjoy it more. You don't have Bennett circle impact problems, yada yada yada. So yeah, I don't know. Candace Plunge is realistically the best way to DPS Candace. Is there other teams where you can DPS Candace? Absolutely. It just depends on what your standards are for clearing the content. When it comes to this current Abyss cycle, you're gonna struggle trying to main DPS Candace regardless. So, a little disappointed we don't have another Chronicle Wish banner. I know. I don't get why they shackled themselves with the restriction of... I mean, okay, I get that they did it because they don't want to, like, I guess, piss people off. Well, there's nothing to piss people off because it's the same rate of, like, acquisition for character. I don't get it, man. I don't get why they put the restriction of characters have to have 3 banners before we run them on the Chronicle banner. Because, like, they could have had, a Liyue banner by now. Made a cool Chronicle banner that had, Yelan, Zhongli, Shenhe on it. And then that frees up rerun slots for a lot of other characters. If they had rerun those characters that way, instead now we have Yelan taking up a rerun slot. We're probably going to have Zhongli rerunning in 5.0 or 5.1 again, right? And, like, what? Like, just... Like, actually utilize the thing you already made, Mihoyo. But, like, Shenhe can't run in it because they shackled it by, has to have 3 banners before. You can't really do Archons because they have versions where they rerun consistently. I mean, no, they really don't. They only have, like, even Farina broke Farina broke the one pattern of, like, usually 6 months after the Archon runs the first time, their release, they rerun the Archon. They didn't do that with Farina. It was more like 8 months, I think, right? So, anywho's. No, I don't plan to get Nilou skin. So, I, like... The more characters released, right? They have if they're gonna stick to, 2 banners per 2-week cycle, which is, I think, fine. Because, like, you can't have too many characters in a patch, otherwise, like, particularly anyone that newly starts playing the game, if you break the structure of, like, how often banners run, you break the structure of rewards to, like, what particularly new players can possibly feasibly acquire. And that can feel rough. This is the worst one, but Dia handles it. Okay, and she handles it if Genshin's auto-targeting doesn't jank out. So I don't know, right? Like, I don't think the solution is them just running more banners. Like, people would ask for triple banners or whatever. I think the Chronicle banner could be a good solution. They're just not actually utilizing it. I don't know. Like, they have to do the Chronicle banner. Like, the only way for the Chronicle banner to be worthwhile is if they start using it consistently. And, right, because that means, like, it can be a known factor that people can plan around and save around. Because that's the only time the Chronicle banner is worth it, is when you're purposely saving for something. Like if you had enough wishes, you had 150 wishes saved for Eula. Like, yeah, Chronicle banner was your way to get Eula. That was them rerunning Eula, right? So I don't get why they introduced it and then they're just like, we're gonna just continue worsening our own problem with rerunning. We're just gonna keep on releasing characters, more and more characters that need more, and we need more and more reruns. But then I don't get it. I don't get it. What's the strategy here? Like, you gotta rerun the characters that exist. Like, my god. Let's not even talk about 4 stars. Like, what the F is going on with Kaveh? But, like, not to mention Charlotte's getting up there, too. Like, Charlotte released with Freena. Anywho, I don't know, man. Like, has Lenny gotten a rerun yet? I don't remember. No, he got a rerun. Yeah, he got a rerun. So, like, Risley needs a rerun. Obviously, Chiori is probably going to get a rerun sooner. Navia's getting a rerun, of course, next patch. Where's Chevrolet? Yes, Chevrolet too. It hasn't been that long since she released, but she still has more need relative to, you know, these 2 characters to get a rerun because she's a very useful character. Yeah, man, like, holy frick, how long it's been since Shanghai reran. Like, what in the world? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. I don't get their strategy. I think their strategy is releasing new characters versus rerunning characters because they presumably make a lot more money on new characters, but, like, the older characters are useful, Mahoyo. Another streamer called Sphinx thinks Hoyo isn't rerunning Kate because of his glitch. What is wrong with your typing?
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm assuming you're talking about Kaveh and not Kate, or maybe Kate is Kaveh's nickname for some reason. I don't think it's because of the glitch. The glitch was a hacked client, like, and it was patched relatively quickly. I think he hasn't rerun because he's not actually that good of a character, and heck, honestly, at this point, you want to know what I bet it is? I think as soon as the community started memeing on, like, where is Kaveh? How has it been so long since Kaveh has been around? I think Mahoyo was like, you know, this character doesn't have any actual need to be reran for any particular reason, other than, like, we should rerun him eventually, and, like, the longer we, like, edge people on, like, releasing Kaveh, the more we lean into, like, people are just gonna pull on a banner with Kaveh because he just will never exist otherwise. like, I feel like there's a lot of people that are gonna pull for Kaveh just because he hasn't had a banner in 5 years, and, like, they're just gonna try to get him just so they have a copy of him. Anywho's, Kaveh is Emilie, true. Anywho's, I am willing to bet. I think are we done? I think we're done, right? Yeah, I just claimed dailies. Duh. Okay. We're gonna log onto my Polarm account. I am willing to bet Kaveh will be on Nilu's banner, mostly because that's the easiest place to make him work. But it's also, I hope they don't do that because it's also the literal saddest place to use Kaveh. It's like the team that makes you think you're using Kaveh's kit, but you're actually ignoring most of Kaveh's kit. It makes you think you're using Kaveh's kit if you're someone who didn't like properly understand how his kit works. If Kaveh himself doesn't trigger the blooms from one of his his skill that looks for blooms in the area and pops them immediately, or his burst or his C6, then he doesn't buff their damage at all. So Kaveh and a Nilu team is literally just a shitty Alhaitham. He's honestly he's worse than DMC. He's worse than Dendro Traveler. So, like, I don't know. It feels like a really sad way to use him, is all I can say. Also, we're going to go fishing, because apparently you guys wanted to waste my time. We're not going to go fishing until we're done doing dailies or whatever. But, anywho's, I'm going to put this away. I'm going to take a drink of water before I die. What is this eclipse on my stream? It's a picture. I apologize for subjecting you to my photography. They made him strong in TCG. I didn't hear about that passingly. What does he do in TCG? Is it just because, like, bloom cores do AoE damage, go burr or something? Is that why he's strong in TCG? Okay. You know what's funny? I don't even really have to hide my account screen anymore because they finally added in 4.7 the feature to where 1, 2, 3. Am I blind? There's only 3 dailies. 1, 2, 3. I'm not blind, right? 1, 2, 3. Is there one on me? No. Oh, over here. I see. I am blind. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, oh god, YouTube was broken. You paid money to not fish, shake my head. I mean, I think paying money to not fish counts as like 10 votes, Sylveon. And there's 300 votes with 80% yes. So you know what, like you know, you're if your 10 votes being paid counts for more votes, it's not even anywhere close to being enough. I don't think I can escape the fishing, Sylveon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would love to. I would love to use that as an excuse. I don't think I can. But yeah, yeah. Mobile players have had that forever. PC players having that now is really nice. Not for that many players, just like weirdos like me. Anyone with multiple accounts, which is a relatively surprisingly high amount of people, to be clear. I don't think most people should have multiple accounts in Genshin, but you know, if you love the game and want to do that, don't let me stop you. Yeah, it's very nice not having to go into my password manager and constantly enter passwords in and type in whatever. It still shows like part of my email though, is why I black it out. I'd prefer one of my emails that is used for the username for the account not be known in any form. So, I have a public-facing email address, to be clear, if you need to email me, but that is not that email address, so, you know. That's why I prefer to have it hidden. Oh, you know what I can do to solve that, though? I can actually just give the account a username. I should remember to do that, because if I just give the account a username, it doesn't matter. I forgot I can do that. Should you go for C6, R5, Arlecchino, next banner? The vast majority of Arlecchino is, like, as far as, like, how strong it is or whatever, if like, is it worth it? Of course not. But like, I don't know, man, like going for a C6 is not a decision of is it worth it ever, really, in my opinion. Well, okay, Farina C6, making it so you literally don't need any healer with Farina is stupid and bonkers. It's not worth it, but it's really dumb. And it could like, it's a constellation that could maybe hard carry your account through a lot of content. But C6 Arlecchino was like, Arlecchino, you know, it becomes strong enough you could kind of do the same thing, I guess, but you have to use Arlecchino versus C6 Farina is like, you can use any character. I don't know, right? Like, it's not worth it, and notably, like, the vast majority of Arlecchino's damage is loaded into her C1, C2, C3, as far as her Constellation damage improvement goes. C4 is weird and kind of interesting, but not really that useful until you get C6, right? So, like, the real magic of C6 in conjunction with C4 is it makes it properly worth using her burst all the time. Technically, like on a damage level, like it's optimal to do that. And then the cooldown reduction in conjunction with the fact that Arlecchino's burst resets her skill means you have a much higher average like bond of life total if you manage it correctly. But at the same time, it's also completely pointless to do that. Like, you just don't need to. You don't need to optimize that level to any meaningful degree with a C6. Like, it's just kind of pointless. But if you love the character, I don't know. That's part of why, like, I was fine with going for it, because it's like, heck, if I have a poem only account, if there's any character I ever wanted to see C6 on poems only, it was Arlecchino. I really like the character. She's probably not one of my favorite kit designs in the entire game, which is especially saying something since I, generally speaking, don't enjoy on-fielders as much. But again, like, the name of the game for me is like how versatile can a character be, and this is a character that I can envision using in like basically any context where I think Pyro is interesting. That makes her super versatile despite being an on-field carry. Her constellations are super unnecessary though. Like, she's a very strong character without any constellations. But if you really like her, right, like, and you want to go for it over time, I don't think you should spend money on it. But you know, if you can do something like I did on Poems Only, which was technically a mix of spending a little bit of money, but mostly it was just a lot of saved resources, and a lot of farming, like 60. I think I had it. I'm pretty sure it was at minimum. Like my pessimistic low estimate for how long it took farming wise for the last couple of Arlecchino constellations, and I still got lucky, right? I definitely got lucky. Was 60 hours, and I think it was closer to like 70 to 80. Do you have the craftable spear from Dragon's Might? I think yes. I think I used it on Rosaria earlier on. So yeah, I don't know, right? Like, it's certainly one of like the stronger characters in the game as far as like how much stronger she gets with constellations, but most of that value is loaded in her early constellations. You do not gain the same relative value per constellation going to C6 is what I would basically say. And I don't know, like if you really like Arlecchino after using her for a while and think it's worthwhile to do that, you know, don't let me stop you. But at the same time, like what I'm going to encounter on Polearms Only, and I'm going to mention this, is like, wow, I didn't expect to be proven right so quickly, and how, like, you know, like it would have been more valuable for Polearms Only, right? Despite Polearms Only much easier being able to justify doing something as silly as this, it would have been, but instead of getting these three, like, let's assume everything happened the same, like I got the same number of 5 stars, right? Like I got the same number of 5 stars per amount of wishes spent, but instead I decided to stop at C3 Arlecchino and then saved my wishes and had these wishes that went towards C6 Arlecchino for Emilie instead. It would mean, like, with the resources I will have by the time Emilie's banner comes, and with the resources that I would have had that were spent on this, I could have had like a C2 R1 Emilie, essentially. Like a C3 Arlecchino plus a C2 R1 Emilie would have been stronger on this account, for options to be able to, you know, have strong team compositions, than getting C6 Arlecchino was, right? That's the basic idea, is like getting more characters, or just getting like another character when you're discussing actually seriously considering C6. Like, you're comparing not only like the value of getting potentially 6 other completely separate characters, but also potentially the value of getting, you know, 2 different C2 characters or whatever. It's the same total amount of resources, right? How many wishes did it take for C6? C6 R1 I think took around, if I recall correctly, it was like 660. Like, it wasn't actually that crazily above average. What basically happened was I got, I think C1 and C2 technically took, I don't remember exactly. I went over it in the video I made. I believe one of these few early ones, 2 of them took like pity 4 times, right? To get 50-50 loss at pity, get the guarantee at pity, 50-50 loss at pity, get the guarantee. But all of the other ones, like that, when that happens, like, that's rough, right? That's 2 copies, took a lot of wishes, took like half of the wishes. But then all the other ones were like, this was an early 50-50 win, this was an early 50-50 win, and then I had an early at like 40-50 pity. That was a 50-50 loss for C6, and then got the pity guarantee for C6. And I had a guarantee to... Wait, did I have a guarantee to start? I don't think I did. No, I don't think I had a guarantee to start. I think I won the 50-50 to start. So anyways, yeah, like, constellations are not worth it, is my general verdict. As someone who has gotten a good number of constellations and used characters with and without their constellations, blah, 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 I don't think they're generally worth it. Because I on the baseline assumption that you're playing this game because you like pulling for different characters and playing with the different characters and seeing what they'll do and having fun with the new characters, right? Getting constellations either means spending an egregious amount of money, which is just objectively not worth it for like what you get per dollar, or sacrificing your ability to get other characters. But if you really like a character, right? Like Polearms Only has shown how doing higher investment things, like getting constellations on characters, can give you a lot more flexibility for being able to do like Like all these high investment things. And I haven't spent money on most of this stuff, right? Like I spent no money for this, nothing. We just happened to, like, we got C1 Raiden first time she ran, and then had a guarantee to get C1 Raiden, and then got 2 more Raiden copies when going for C6 Chevreuse, right? That was just a side effect of we're only pulling for polearm characters, and Chevreuse ran with Raiden, and it was a very easy decision to kind of go all in on the banner. Not even all in. I just went to C6 Chevreuse and got C3 Raiden along the way, right? Like, and I don't know, right? The vast majority of the wishes that, I shouldn't say the vast majority. Well, no. Okay. More than a majority. I don't know what vast majority actually counts as statistically. It probably just depends. It doesn't have a specific definition. But I did do the video, right, spending money on poems only, like, to do the Arlecchino video. And it was mostly, that was the video I wanted to test to see if the format of spending X amount of dollars on character banner would get me enough money to justify me basically doing it as a business expense, essentially. It was the first video I did after the Chronicle banner one was really successful. And I kind of regret doing it on poems only, because it was just, I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about it. It's why I'm not doing the next one on Emilie's banner on poems only. I'm doing it on my main account. But anywho's, it's yeah, C1 Raiden is definitely one of the constellations in Genshin, indeed. Constellations are not worth it in a generalized sense of assuming you like to get and play with different characters. But if you just really love one character and you want to be able to have them be more successful in more situations, more content in the game, maybe it is worth it for you, right? Like Poems only shows that. Poems only shows that you can do high investment things. You can vertically invest heavily in characters and still succeed, right? Despite having limitations like only having Candace as your Hydro, which is like problematic when it comes to abysses that kind of want you to, like, the easiest way to succeed is having a lot of good Hydro characters. But I still succeeded, right? I don't know, right? Sigewinne good? I think she's good. To be clear, the reason Sigewinne is good, I need to claim my Davis. The reason Sigewinne is good is because of Furina, right? Sigewinne without Furina is just like, she can be Sigewinne without Furina can still be a good character to pull for potentially. If you just want a generic useful healer to keep you alive, like I think a lot of people could get value out of Sigewinne. I think that's something like people like any good Genshin like guide creator or whatever should be saying that when it comes to Sigewinne. And like, this character doesn't have like necessarily the highest relative meta utility in like enabling really strong teams at a simple baseline on her own right, but is a very good comfort character, offers some buffing utility on top of like keeping your team alive. Like, that's not useless. She's a useful character. And then when you pair her with Furina, she, like, what I forgot when I was evaluating Sigewinne, like, I recognized that, yeah, duh, Sigewinne was made for Furina, but I failed to recognize how valuable it is to have a universal team core of double Hydro for Furina. Like, being able to have this universal team core of Sigewinne plus Furina, and Sigewinne's buff being really nice for Furina, and very importantly, Sigewinne being double Hydro, generating a good amount of energy for Furina, significantly reduces Furina's ER needs. Like, makes for a team core that you have really high flexibility to do like 2 other teammates with Furina Sigewinne. That's pretty strong, right? Like, I actually think that's pretty compelling. And then she has some fun utility in, like, you can make her be, you know, a short field time Nuvilette, which, like, I have more fun DPSing her than I have fun with Nuvilette, so, you know, I'm sorry. I like her more than Nuvilette. I think she's better designed than him, so take it for what you will. I do think it's kind of dumb that her skill doesn't apply Hydro. Like, her skill bounces so slowly. The fact that it doesn't apply Hydro every single hit in single target is really kind of stupid, but whatever. Anywho's, and she has paths towards high investment to make her into like a Nuvilette that does 1/3 the damage of Nuvilette, but with 1/3 the field time. That's a very important thing. Like, she can do 1/3 the damage for 1/5 the field time. That means she can do similar damage to Nuvilette at high investment, but then also has just really easy low investment builds for just generic healer utility options, right? So I don't know, right? But yeah, don't pull. She's not a Hydra character you pull for the Hydra application. That's for dang sure. Where are we going? We're doing the same thing. Oh wait, no, we're doing the fishing last. I'm sorry. Okay, we're doing the fishing last. Actually, let's go spend our resin first. Started a bows only account. She's surprisingly fun. Yeah, I imagine she's probably pretty decent there actually. I might spend the transient resin today too. I don't need to farm anymore for Emilie talent material wise on this account. I have a lot, so release the fish. I will fish. I will fish. Don't worry about it. There's been no leaks as far as I'm aware about 4-star characters in Phase 1 banner. So we'll find out probably this weekend or the day before the patch. I think usually they announce it in the weekend though. I can't remember. I really wish they would. I think ZZZ and Star Rail for sure. I think ZZZ they also reveal the 4 stars for the whole patch, which is a good thing probably. I mean, look, that could be really good. That could be really good. The thing is, I already have a really good circlet on Allocation. Like what in the world are the chances that that piece is better than this piece, right? Was this a 3-line or a 4-line? One. So it has, yeah, this was a 4-line. So like that piece could be as good as this piece, or slightly better, but it's going to be very hard. What if it got ER? I mean, I have C4 Arlecchino makes her energy needs be literally like nothing. Here, well, just watch Arlecchino's energy when I do her EQE. I don't know why I did that. Right. So without using any of my other characters' abilities, watch what happens when I start with EQE. I'm the one actual enjoyable Genshin YouTuber. Thanks. So yeah, C4 Arlecchino like makes her ER, and she has 100% ER here, to be clear. So 0 ER.
Witness my rise. Overruled.
To be clear, some of those particles were from the dudes dying. Like she wouldn't have technically got. I don't think she would have gotten her energy back if those dudes hadn't died. But normally, like you would use your other characters' abilities. By the time I use my other characters, right, it would have been enough. It would have definitely been enough energy. Yeah. So, anywho's, yeah, C4 Arlecchino functionally makes her energy needs non-existent. So the ER on that piece would not be relevant, but it would make it be potentially a very good off piece for other characters too. Like that piece has plenty of potential. Well, you know what I keep forgetting to keep? I need to take a perusal through my artifacts here. I intend to make a video. I think Arlecchino is the best character to do this on. I want to make a video of doing a no crit build on Arlecchino. And I would like to. Ooh, that could actually be. This could be an upgrade for my Emilie. I want to do a no crit build on Arlecchino. I'll do it. I think on polearms only. Polearms only will obviously be stronger because C6 Arlecchino will matter a lot. But like, I don't know. I think that's interesting to explore, right? And on my main account, it would be to try to get gladiators. I actually strongbox for some gladiator pieces to try to do a no crit build. Anyways, we got a bunch of pieces to level up. Frick. I'm gonna have to fodder some pieces. Check this first. Yeah, I figured. I don't really think I'll end up using a crit rate. Well, I don't know. I might end up using a crit rate piece on Emilie. Depends. Depends. Where was the other piece? See what the 4th line is, quick. Yeah, the EM here could be good, because obviously I sometimes do trigger reactions with Arlecchino. Wow. Alright. I want one of two things to happen here, game. One of two dreams. One of two dreams. We want either all into defense. I want to see 100 flat def on this piece. Or all into crit rate. Okay? Those are the two possibilities. Or actually, it doesn't have to technically go all into crit rate to be better than my existing piece, but you know. Anywho's, okay, good. I have some fodder. Let's see what this gets. If this gets ER, this could be a perfect piece. So I have this piece currently for Emilie, which is very good, but it could be better. So, bam. Well, yeah, okay. Okay. Yep. I don't think I had anything else. Well. Let's see. All EM, or sorry, not all EM. All defense. I want 100 flat def, or like 18 crit rate. No, Mahoyo, you misunderstand. I did not say both. Okay, well, bye. Lol. Mahoyo listened incorrectly, I think. I would have taken it, like, all rolling to EM2, by the way, but, you know, it's fine. Why is the background music stop? What's happened?
Something you wish to report? Go.
It's fine. It's my fault because I didn't fish. True. I'll be fishing soon. I'll remedy this. Oh, I forgot I had that. I mean, this should be definitely checked as well. Blam. Times 5. Wow. If only that was crit rate. And then we'd have a dream. But instead, we have a dream. Alright. All in the crit, please. And Emilie will be happy. Just in case it times 2, so we won't do that. High roll. It high rolled. Can that even... Is there... There's no reason to really level this up, is there? I mean, I'll take it to level 16. No. Nope. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Sag. If that was ER. Just imagine. Oh well. But yeah, anyways, I should lock some pieces that have no crit substat on them to do like a no crit Arlecchino build. The ideal would be having specifically attack percent on them in substats. Like that's the main, we just want attack percent. So attack percent and EM and ER I guess is relevant, so I'll lock that one too. But if either of these roll crit, they're dead for me. Dang it. Frick. No. Wait, do I keep that? What is that? No. Dang it. Don't roll crit. Thank you. Perfect. No, well, not perfect. I really prefer something better for a no crit Arlecchino build, but it's not useless, right? So, anywho's, and if this rolls attack percent, it's basically the perfect no crit Arlecchino piece. Same thing, yeah, okay. Yeah, my mana count is a little far away from doing this, but because I'm farming so much whimsy, it shouldn't be that hard to achieve on Polearms Only, and Polearms Only can also be a little bit more loosey-goosey with my artifact XP. I forever need more artifact XP on my mana count. On this account, I don't really need to worry about being a bit wasteful with artifact XP, but anywho's, I don't have, okay, well, I'm gonna have to just keep an eye out for it.
You have my undivided attention.
Oh well, yeah, no streamer luck. Can't believe that crit, oh my god, can't believe that crit line screwed me over. What do we have to do? Flowers, and then, also wait, I was gonna use this, I forgot. We need flowers though, and then gears, I think. That's what we need to do, which includes fishing. Why did you vote for fishing? Please change the vote. What teams can Emilie use with poems only? Quite a lot, actually. Especially if Toma Sino ends up working like I kind of hope it will. I think it could be really, really good. But stream title should be changed to Fish and Flowers. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I will do that. Yeah, for anyone that joined recently that wants to know what the title is about, you're gonna have to rewind the stream. Sorry. I might change the title in a second though. Double check here. Yeah, I have plenty. Yeah, I have plenty. I believe my intention is to double crown and then level 8 her normal attack talent. So we need gears, I think. There it is. 217 in the base one, 56, and only 14. Yeah, I need gears. Okay, I need gears. Yeah. Did I craft my resin? No, I did not. I did not condense. So yeah, we're gonna go fishing because for some reason people think fishing is what we need to do to farm gears. Sensible, I suppose. But we'll do it. We'll do it. You voted no. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm delaying the fishing as long as possible. I'm sorry. Is Hutao still worth polling for when she gets rerun? I like her a lot, but feels there's pyro alternatives. Yeah, there's always been pyro alternatives. I've never felt like polling for her on my main account. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a good amount of pyro alternatives now. Like I think C6 Gomming is a lot more fun than Hutao, probably. But it has a little bit less team versatility, I'd say. If you really want Gomming to feel good, most likely. Well, honestly, no. C6 Gomming is good enough on its own that he probably has a bit more team flexibility. So, I don't know, right? Like, yeah, there's enough options for pyro DPSs nowadays that, like, yeah, it's really like, and enough ways to make different pyro DPSs strong in different types of team formats that the individual performance of a particular pyro carry is less important than some of the other nuances. Please roll double crit. I would adore if we could get it better. I have like 3 different options for timepieces for Emilie right now, and none of them are like, yeah, that's the one I'm for sure gonna use, right? They're all just like, wow, that has like really good stat value. If I maybe kind of, I don't know, right? Sigewinne Hutao is one of the best characters in the whole game. She's fine. She's strong. She's good. I don't think her playstyle is for everyone by any means. And I don't like how pigeonholed she is into mostly doing vape, basically. like there's a reason to do that with her. I do like that she doesn't really care about Bennett. That is a strength of him, of her, but, you know. But she's also like relying on other characters, so it's R5 to catch on stream. I can't R5 what I already have. I mean, I already have R5 catch. So I used to use it on Candace most of the time, but now Candace is just on Fab energy build most of the time. We got a timepiece. So yeah, my timepiece situation for Emilie is like, I have this piece, which is like, wow, that's a good amount of crit damage and has some ER. That's nice. And then there is this piece, which is like, wow, that's a lot of ER. And like, if I need the ER, that this piece is definitely better than this one, right? If I need that extra 2 rolls of ER. And then there's this piece if I need the crit rate instead of crit damage, right? If that's just how the stat balance ends up being, like, I need more crit rate to actually make her have like a meaningful crit ratio, then okay, I need that. So this is another crit damage piece with ER, which, you know, I have 2 other options for crit damage pieces with ER. I really need this to roll crit rate. Or HP. Yeah, cool, okay. Timepieces, yay. I don't know, we don't need this, so... Why? Why was it a min roll too? Man, it would have really. It would have been objectively better. Actually, no. I think if it was a low roll, it would have been the same. But like if it was a high roll, it would have just been better than this piece. But it's like the same freaking artifact, man. Like what? What? Why? Why do I keep getting these stupid 3 crit damage rolls or 4 crit damage rolls plus ER pieces? Just like if that was crit rate in the last line, I'd be like, yes, let's go. It still would have been a little bit too biased in crit damage for I think me to be happy with, because I'm likely to put a crit damage circlet on her. And whatever, it's fine. My Emilie build would be good regardless of that, but the main problem my Emilie will have is honestly my lack of options for goblets, but you know, oh well. Anywho's, let's go fishing. No, actually, sorry, before we go fishing, we're gonna go get some flowers. I was expecting 28 crit damage, me too. And then it just turned into ugly. I could have just thrown it could have just been a slight, very minor upgrade. for versus the other one instead. What do we have for flowers? No, wrong thing. 77. No, that's the wrong thing. 41. All right, cool. Change the stream title to Perfumes and Fish. Fine. Give me a second. Nope. Changing the stream title because the conversation is done with. Also, stream the perfume. Oh my god, I can't type. Help me. Perfume. There we go. And fish. Because you asked for it. There we go. Bam. Okay. Bring up my OB. Oh, I minimized the chat. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Why are you fishing? Because you voted for it. Because for some reason, people in chat like an hour ago were like, you can fish for gears. Fish for gears. Because I said I needed gears on polearms only. And instead of being like, oh yes, let's go fight enemies for gears. No, we're gonna fish for gears. Yay. So you guys voted for this. Congrats. You have the opportunity to change this. The poll is still there. It's still running. You can reverse your decision. You have time. Where I'm heading the wrong direction for these things. There we go. I think I saw a question there. Can Shenhe DPS at C0? I also saw remind me about the Gomming weapon option as far as like free to play goes. I think Gomming has some decent free to play weapon options because he can be a vape unit, notably. But basically, Shenhe C0 DPS. I intend to try to do that. I don't know. It's going to be kind of reliant on the weapon you have, because the problem with DPSing Shenhe is like your options are basically doing C6 Bennett. You can do C6 Bennett plunge shenanigans at C0, obviously. But I think it's more fun to spec into her cryo damage, right? Because she is a cryo character and she can buff herself. But her stat needs are really high at C0. She has a lot of energy needs at C0. And like, it's a bit rough, right? Like that's the main problem. Is like her burst can do meaningful damage potentially with her own self buff and whatnot. But I don't know if it's going to be very achievable without doing a 5-star weapon. Notably, Lumidos Elegy, Emilie's weapon, could enable it to be quite strong, or maybe Staff of Scarlet Sands, but Staff of Scarlet Sands is a bit more situational, and her energy needs are still pretty problematic. It's just that Staff of Scarlet Sands gives so much stats other than, you know, energy that it makes it easier to do a lot more energy and substats or whatever. So, yeah, it's just a lot harder to DPS Shenhe at C0, basically. And I think she's more reliant on weapon options than anything, really. Is my guess, but I also haven't gotten Shen on my main account to properly do that. Oh well. How do I change my answer on the poll? Wait, it doesn't let you change it? Oh. Fine, we'll do a revote. There was There was 524 votes, by the way. All right. Fish. Still? There you go. You guys decide. I don't want to fish, that's for dang sure. But you know what? You do you. We had to go over here, I think, and then we'll go. There was none there, right? Yeah, there was none there. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's much closer this time. How is Yes still winning? I have no idea. Why? I don't understand why you guys wanted this in the first place. One person mentioned you can get gears from fishing, and I was like, yeah, fishing. Yay. Yay.
Transfixed.
The problem is, like, fishing is, like, also terrible for me because, like, you need to, like, pay some amount of attention to the fishing, so I can't even, like, ramble about things and succeed at the fishing at the same time. It's absolutely the worst. Oh god, we're still gonna fish. Okay, it looks like we're still gonna fish. That's 61%. No. No rambling saloon. I know, right? It's a crime. It's what you're voting for. You're voting for crimes. You're forcing me to make content where I don't yap. How is it possible? I hope to stream, by the way, tomorrow or Friday. I'm not going to be able to stream on Saturday. I hope to stream Sunday. I'm going to take care of my parents' puppers on Saturday. And no offense to you guys, but parents' puppers have priority. Because they're puppers. Okay? We established that's important, right? And yeah, so I haven't been streaming on Saturdays normally anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, stream hopefully will be maybe tomorrow. Depends on depends on how the ZZZ video goes, time-wise for me to finish it tonight. Len, member for 12 months, a whole RC year. Wow, thanks, Len. Wow, look at this. I've been willingly wasting money for at least a year now. I mean, we all play Genshin. You're finally saving for a PC now, so only membership for a few months. That's fine. PC is probably worth getting. Thank you, Len. Appreciate it. So, anywho's, why? Freaking 61% for fishing. Why? Can someone tell me why? We get a fishing podcast instead. It's not, what, you want me to talk about fishing? I can talk about real life fishing, I guess. My experience with it, like, I actually have done a meaningful amount of fishing. I live in Minnesota. This should not be a surprise to anyone that's aware of what Minnesota is like. Particularly if you didn't grow up in the Twin Cities and live there your whole life. Let's go here. But like, hey, what world? I'll say fishing talk for fishing. Ugh. Well, I'm pretty sure like the rate at which we'll gain gears is going to be like 800 times slower than farming enemies. Just approximately. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I accidentally went to the wrong area. I need to go up here. Out of stamina. Good. If only... You know, the Geo lady, by the way, is supposedly the Geo child model character in Natlan, is supposedly a polearm. I hope she's free, because we are most likely... Like, any wishes I get during Emilie's banner, up until and in Emilie's banner is probably going into Emilie's banner, realistically. Or her weapon banner. And I don't think I'll have many resources to get the 4-star. Down here. So, we'll see. She's Geo, so I'm not too concerned about her being that relevant for the account. Like, my main hope for her, for poems only, would be, like, she could enable Geo resonance to be a little bit more convenient, maybe, if she does something. If she does something other than just, you know... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to have a lot of optimism for a Geo 4-star. I'm assuming she's 4-star. But we'll see. We will see. I point is I'm not gonna prioritize saving wishes for her. She will probably not be someone who gets C6, and I would really appreciate if she was a free character. But she has a movement mechanic. That was the main thing they showed, I think, about her. They showed all the characters having some kind of movement gimmick, right? So having a character with a movement gimmick would be nice. Like, she actually might end up becoming a character that I use in Overworld all the time on poems only, right? And that'd be cool. Any ideas for Emilie team comps in general? Like, she's a relatively versatile character, but if you want to see general formats for team comps, explain it to go to Zajeff's video and skip to like the team composition section of his video. He outlines ones he thinks that will be competent, like for sure, and ones that will be like maybe. I am far more interested personally, and this is what I talked about in my Emilie stream. You can go check that out. If you want something more in-depth that like just rambles about different aspects and how I'm interested in the character and whatever, I'm interested far more in Emilie's utility in the teams that Zajeff describes as because I think they're far more interesting. They're going to be far more interesting to play around with, and if they work decently well, they will be ways that will significantly increase Emilie's versatility, like to be included in different teams. For most players, just using her kind of as if she's like a mono pyro unit, but instead of doing mono pyro, now you have burning happening. There you go, right? There's still value in what she does for that context outside of just her damage contribution, in that, you know, if you're not using a shielder, her burning damage resistance, but still having burning self damage means that you can do Marche Hunters, right? Without, as long as you're using a character that hugs enemies, right? So like an Arlecchino, Bennett, Kazuha, Emilie team should be pretty strong. And you could use Marche Hunters on Arlecchino in that team. That's a pretty significant deal. So, yeah. For a lot of players, I think the way that they will end up using her is the obvious teams that Zajeff suggests, though. But if you like messing around with characters more, she has a lot of potential to be messed around with in different team formats, more like reaction soupy teams. And that's where I think her most interesting utility lies. And she has restrictions that, you know, incentivize you away from doing that if you want to easily fully utilize her kit. But restrictions that don't fully prevent you from doing that, which is what I like about her design. So you can try to trade the fish for something else. Ask what people want instead of fish. I mean, you tell me. I don't know what you want. Like, I'm farming for Emilie. Like, the option is we farm gears, whacking on mechanical enemies, potentially hopping into co-op, or we do the same thing but then fish instead of co-oping. So, but also I've been streaming for 2 hours and I haven't even somehow. Man, I'm so bad at being efficient for doing anything in Genshin while I'm streaming. I would have, if I wasn't streaming today, I would have finished my goals of farming for the day hours ago. Not hours ago, an hour ago probably. We need to go down here. I don't know why I went all the way over here. I'm dumb. We will. Wait, I can just... no, it doesn't make sense to warp at this point. Start with the ones over here, though, and then we're going to all loop back around to this point. So, anywho's. Lisa climbing content or fish. I can't touch Lisa on this account. I mean, I could log into the other account and just do Lisa noises, but I prefer fishing, honestly, over Lisa noises content. I know you wouldn't, Sylvia, but I don't want. My only hang up, by the way, I got to try the next character. Like when you're doing the story quest for ZZZ does a really good job of letting you use characters, I think, so far in the story quests. I like it. Like for a more extended period than like Genshin lets you do. And I got to try the next banner character, Julian. And I really like her kit. I think it's more interesting than the Shark Girl running in ZZZ right now. But I really dislike how her ass looks. Like, I like her design in every way other than the fact that her fucking like skin tight ass pants and like like it kind of ruins the design of the character for me. It's really annoying. So like, I just like can I show what I'm talking about? Like I can show it in an image. It just looks really dumb and out of place, and like they made her out of freaking big butt with skin tight pants, like vacuum sealed pants around her butt for some godforsaken reason, and it distracts from what her overall design looks like. And the camera, and like when characters are running, they like run forward, like lean forward running, and like her ass sticks straight towards the camera. It's just like, I hate it. But like it's not that much of a problem in ZZZ, because like when you're doing general run around the area things, you don't see the character, so it's like in combat it doesn't really matter. So I'll probably still choose to try to go for her over Shark Girl. But at the same time, like, let me see if I can show this. I just need a screenshot. I didn't take a screenshot. I'm not finding anything. Okay. Well, I'm scared of ass apparently. Yeah. I don't know. Wait. I think I have my own footage. Oh no, but I have so much ZZZ footage. I'm not gonna try to find it. I have footage. I could find it. I have footage of my own that I recorded while I was testing her, and you just came back. What are you talking about? Zenless Zone Zero character designs. I really like the character's kit. I think I haven't obviously used her enough to like properly judge that, but like, she seemed more inclined to what I'm enjoying about Zenless's combat, which is like the switch, like her emphasis on like wanting to do some amount of switch parries to be able to get her enhanced shots faster. Seemed fun to me. But yeah. Anywho's, I found the control of Zhu Yuan weird. Yeah, she has a little bit of weirdness with how she like does some like melee attacks that will like go towards enemies sometimes, and then she also has, you know, range attacks. I think most of the time the intention is for you to not do mini melee attacks with her, is my guess. So like for me, it would be finding a team where the focus isn't keeping her on field attacking constantly. Maybe that is the intention. I don't know. My take could be completely wrong. But my feeling is like what I would like to do is find a team where she's more just like a perfect unit to swap into, with a dodge, or like the swap parry. I forget what it's called. Do a swap parry, you get 3 of her enhanced shots. You do her enhanced shots by holding her attack, and then once you're done with that, you can swap to someone else, right? You swap off. That's what I like about her. Yeah, if you're just keeping her on field, she feels a little bit weird because she likes to kick enemies sometimes, but then also does ranged attacks even in her basics. But I don't think you're intended to use her basics much, is my guess. I could be wrong. So I don't know. Just having her be the character you keep on field most of the time makes her feel weird. So I don't know. I don't dislike the Shark Girl, by the way, but I also don't have any particularly like for her enough that I want to go for her not. If I could purposely lose the 50-50 in Zenless right now, that's what I would do. Perfect assist. Yeah, there you go. Is that what the switch counter is called? You don't think I could get Farina in 6 days? Oh yes. Good luck. Yeah, there's only 6 days left in this. Good luck to anyone trying to get either of these 2 characters before the banner ends. Hope you can, Will, now. Hope you can. I think we're done farming that, which means why 65% of you voted for fish. We have 110. Good. Okay. Save wishes or burn them on standard banner in ZZZ. Yeah, I mean right now I went to pity, or not to pity. I did 70 wishes because I was fine with getting the 4 stars. They seem potentially useful. Potentially I'd like playing them. Probably should have stopped before 70 realistically, but I went to 70 because like, hey, if I got an early, I would have been fine with an early 50-50 win or loss in Zenless. Then I stopped now that I'm at pity, right? I don't know. I think I'd rather like lose the 50-50 and then just save the 50-50 or the guarantee. But you know, it's funny. I kind of wish Gacha games. I do wish Gacha games had that function. Like, no, I want to lose the 50-50. It would be nice, right? Well, there's been a large amount of times where I've been wishing in Gacha games, and I'm just like, you know, the ideal circumstance here is like, hey, if I get an early 5-star, that's fine, but I want to lose the 50-50 so I can have it save the guarantee for a character I for sure want, kind of thing. I've had that in Genshin a lot. Already feel, and Zenless is just an effect of wanting more of the standard banner characters, 5-star characters earlier on, right? That effect will go away as time goes on. But anyways, why am I going over here? Who's your favorite Zenless character? Kit-wise, Soldier 11 and Grace. I like both of them. I got both of them. So, slightly biased towards the ones I'm using. I really like both of them. I like how they both feel to play. Do we know what the next banner is? It's Zhuyuan. And that's Nicole and Ben has 4 stars on it. I like Grace's C6. What? I have no idea what Grace's C6 is. I have not looked. I don't care. What am I? Why am I in the artifact screen? I need gears. You use gears, right? Yeah. We're doing this first. Why? Why do you target underwater? Whatever, it's fine. I will do fishing. We do fishing after we gear hunt, the normal things that the book takes us to, right? Grace's C6 is her naked feet. Oh my god, Sylveon, of course. Oh, of course, Sylveon. Okay. It's for like ZZZ versus Wua. I mean, Zenless is a far higher quality game. If you want an open world game, it's not an open world game though. So you know, don't go into it expecting an open world game. Zenless is very much its own thing. The best way I could describe it probably is like it's kind of Persona-y, but like Gacha game, you know, and Persona-y, but in my opinion, a more enjoyable combat system for me. I really like what they're doing with combat. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably the simplest way I could probably describe it. Fighting underwater robots count as fishing. I mean, they were fish robots, so I technically did go fishing there, right? If only I could specifically target only underwater robots, and then that would be my excuse. But sadly, I cannot, and I'm not going to look up the map. My server in Genshin, or, well, it doesn't matter. I guess it's North America, because I live in North America. I don't know how much the ping matters. You definitely don't have switching characters server checks in Zenless. Good job. Happy for you, Mihoyo. You figured that one out. And not being a bit of a butthole, but it's because I'm salty about it with Genshin. Genshin should not have server checks for switching characters. And anyways, yeah, North America. But yeah, as far as like Zenless versus Wuthering Waves, they're very, very different games. Zenless is far higher quality and has much more of its own identity. Like I've said before, how like one of my hanging points and criticisms of Wuthering Waves is that it's not trying to make itself feel distinct enough. Right now, at least. And I would like if they tried to add more content that made it feel uniquely like its own thing. Instead, it really just feels like another Gacha game that's worse in a lot of ways, but has some good aspects to it, right? There's definitely some fun, enjoyable aspects to Wuthering Waves for sure. I haven't hated my time in it. Should you create a sword-only account? I don't know. Do you want to lose your sanity playing another Genshin account? I don't advise making another account. Like I think the vast majority of people that have made separate accounts get worn down by having to do the same things that they would do on their main account. Right. For some people, like they might make a second account and then end up abandoning their first account. which is fine, but you're just functionally starting a new account then. You're not starting a second account. So, you know, if you want to, if it seems fun to you, the idea of playing playing Genshin with only sword characters. Do a claymore only. Yeah, if you really want to have pain eternal.
Commendable.
Commendable indeed. Heal.
Resting as the moon.
Blam. Okay, I think we're almost done with these. I don't think this goes very far. When you fix accounts, do you fix accounts for all servers? I do all servers. I mean, the last one I did was I think on Asia server, if I recall. So, you know, server doesn't matter. Other than I need to know it, so I know which drop down to select.
Overruled. There is no escape.
I need to do that, but I did it anyways. Do not recommend Claymore. Yeah, no, yeah, indeed. It's just all on fielders. Pole arms is kind of that way too, but it's not. It's heavily mitigated by, well, Emilie. Emilie kind of is going to change the balance of that significantly. But yeah, on fielder, on fielder, on fielder. Typically an on fielder, but her most useful aspects are off fielding. On fielder, right? But on fielder. Pole arms only has a good, like, especially 5 stars, right? It tends to be on fielders. Yeah, Emilie being a 5-star off fielder is like really pretty. It's a big boon for the account. It helps a lot. Xiangling is really the only real main off fielder as far as damage goes, right? And then there's Claymores might get the Pyro Archon. They should get the Pyro Archon, hopefully. So I don't know, right? Polearms has a really nice balance at this point, I'd say, of different options, especially with Hoyoverse's release. And then Emilie's release will help it even further. Like, I think Emilie's release will take, like, before Emilie's release, I'd say Polearms is probably, especially before Hoyoverse's release, but with Hoyoverse's and Emilie's release, I'm pretty confident that Polearms is actually now, like, the second easiest only type account to do for Genshin. Because, yeah, I mean, like, Catalyst, I think in Polearms basically where I think Bows, the Claymores is probably the hardest. Bows is probably the second hardest. Has some upsides, some downsides, like it's not terrible. And then Polearms, I think, and Catalyst were relatively similar. And like their upsides and downsides. Catalyst has having a pretty big upside of, you know, you have elemental application just through your normal attacks always with Catalyst units, which is a pretty big deal. And then Swords just have all the cracked characters. A lot of really strong characters in Swords. A male-only account is feasible? That's an interesting question. I wish I could sort by male. Sethos, Gaming, Nuvi, Rio, Winnie. You got Bennett. You got Hatham, Wander. You don't have Wander. I mean, you have Bennett for Wander. I feel like it should be feasible, but I've never, like, seriously considered it. I don't know.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Indeed. Bow's only so good they can do all the puzzles. I mean, yes, for overworld, Bow's is definitely a lot better. It doesn't have the same overworld challenges. I was thinking strictly on like a combat team building options perspective, right? Okay, let's. Did I do dailies here? I think I did dailies. I think we're fishing now. Oh no, I think we're fishing now. All right, I don't even know where fishing spots are. Do I have any of them marked? Like why would I have? I think there's one by Poisson. Excited for Kirabo skin. I will at least do a video on the Kirabo skin. I don't know. I know a lot of people like this skin.
Never mind. Let them do as they please.
I don't know, man. Like maybe I'll change my tune when I see it in game. But like from what I saw in footage, like where's the cat? Here we go. I don't know. I like how she looks. I like the bow as cat ears, I think. More. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just not a hat person, I guess. Maybe. I have no idea. It's funny, like, you know, Puss in Boots and all that, right? Like, I'll make a video with her skin. And I'll do another DPS Kirara with their skin video for the funsies. But, you know, why fishing though? I don't know, because they're like, oh, you can get gears from fishing, and I'm like, I don't care, I don't want to. And then the entire chat was like, no, fish, we need to fish, do a poll. And then 80% of people said yes, fish. And then I was like, okay, redo the poll. An hour later, and it's still 67% of people. So, fishing. I don't even have the right bait. I don't even have the right bait. Where's the person? I don't even know. I think the person's over here, right? Yeah. Oh my god, what is wrong with Samuel? What are you doing? Can you tell me a good team for Arla? Like Arlecchino? She has a lot of good teams. If you want the easiest brain off team, Arlecchino, Bennett, St. Cho, or Yalon, Kazuha, or Sugros. You'll get some big vapes. It'll be pretty survivable. Oh, good lord. Fish still indeed. Oh, I scared the fish away. How dare I? I think you need to fish for gearfish to get gears, I assume. So, you know, let's see how many gears we get per fish. Let's calculate how long would it take to farm all of the... this could be a good video idea if I truly wanted to go insane. Yeah, I need the... Frick. Which one do you need for the... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, which one do you need for the mechanical fish? I'm assuming it's gonna be the maintenance mech bait. It's just gonna be a safe assumption, I'm guessing. Just... but yeah, like, I farmed for Emilie just by fishing. Oh god. Oh god. Fish mech bait. Alright, we can make a whole lot of these. Blam. There we go. 500 mech fish bait. I swear to god this is not the correct one though. Then I have to go farm a Badaka to be able to farm. Has anyone gotten the 2K fish achievement? Only insane people. Oh my god, Samuel, can you stop typing like that? No, I would not recommend Arlecchino and I'll hate them together. Arlecchino rerun, any idea? I am willing to bet it will be with the Pyro Archon. Or not with necessarily with, but very close to. Like, it lines up for like when Arlecchino would have a desirable rerun. They like rerunning strong, desirable characters alongside or near the Pyro Archon, particularly if they're gonna have synergy with the Archon, right? In order to try to like drain some Primo Gems to make it more likely people have to spend money for the Archon. Like, the Archon is one of their main, like, they want to make money characters that they release every year. So, I'd be willing to bet that Arlecchino is rerun like probably the patch before or the same patch as the Pyro Archon. Is my guess. Alright. Get ready. So, I'm going to talk about fishing because we're fishing. And we'll see if my brain can actually focus properly. But I grew up and still live in Minnesota, right? And in Minnesota, United States, like northern United States, there's a lot of lakes here. And, you know, if you don't live in the city, there's a very good chance you live in a family. I didn't get any gears. Is it only a chance for gears? Oh my god, this is literally the worst way to possibly farm anything. For as far as materials for a character goes. Which just means it's fantastic for a video idea, potentially, but I hate it. And I refuse, because I value my sanity, and I also want to play other video games right now and make other content, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, you convert fish into gears. Oh. I see. Okay. That's more interesting. But anyways, so like, I've done a good amount of fishing in my life. Not like deep sea ocean. I wasn't catching monster fish or anything. Just like simple little fishes like these ones. Oops, not paying attention. And it's an interesting hobby, but also like a really like man, if you want a hobby that potentially wastes more money than if you want a money that wastes more hobby than gacha games, even if you spend a significant amount of money on gacha games, like that's like one of my like if I ask my dad like how much in you know the last 20 years have you spent on like fishing related purchases, and like as soon as you buy a boat, and a lot of people that like to fish want a boat, right? And I can probably fast forward the time. Like my dad bought a boat, and that immediately puts him in like Giga Whale tier as far as like gacha game equivalent goes, and that's just like a normal thing for the fishing hobby is buying a boat. Not that you have to buy an expensive boat, but boats are expensive regardless, and like boat maintenance and like fishing poles, and you know you have to constantly be purchasing, you know, bait potentially, the time of like travel, like gas involved in like traveling to go to like different lakes. Like it's a very time intensive, not cheap hobby. And that's why I don't really fish actively anymore. It's just like I have too many things I'm interested in, and like I don't dislike it, but it just is not worth the time and money for me, right? And this is a rarer fish apparently. Oh yeah, it's a blue one. So yeah, fishing like in real life is usually more it's funny because it's like simultaneously it can be much more engaging than fishing mini games like this is in real life, but at the same time substantially more boring. It depends. It depends on like how many fish you're actually catching. If you're actively catching a bunch of fish, fishing is like a really exciting hobby. Genuinely, like it's kind of, there's a nice thrill from catching fish. I prefer catch and release, by the way, but you know, a lot of people will fish and they'll try to fish to whatever the limit is, to be able to eat some fishies, which is fine as long as they're following local or regulation limits and whatever. And I don't know, like it can be fun, right? Especially like I definitely like cast and reel in fishing, not bobber fishing. Bobber fishing is fine as far as like vibing with your family or whatever. Like I have plenty of childhood memories like being on a dock at my great grandfather's and just like sitting there with a bobber as a kid on their dock and catching little sunfish, and it's enjoyable, especially when the water is clear. When the water is clear, being able to watch like fish bite the thing, it's like quite enjoyable. I stopped paying attention to the thing, and yeah, I don't know. I like fishing, but it's definitely a throwing money into a hole type of hobby to a significant extent. And yeah, I think it'd be funny to like, you know, comparing hobbies to hobbies, be like how much money I've spent in Genshin, and even though like a lot of the money I spent in Genshin has been for content, right? It's been a business purchase more than anything. But like, even a really high spender, I think in Genshin or Gacha game terms, is not spending that much money relative to what many fishermen spend. So, it depends. Like, not that you can't fish for cheaper, right? I'm not saying you can't enjoy the hobby without spending a ton of money. I'm sure there's people that specialize in that kind of thing. And yeah, it's just, it can be very expensive in the same way that gacha games can. And I think that's an interesting comparison to make. So I don't know. Anywho's, I think that's all I have to say about fishing, yeah. And like, I'm not against fishing with my family when I go like places with them. Although I don't have a fishing license right now, so I'd be doing it illegally if I did it right now. But so I have to probably buy one. They're like $40, I think, by the way, in my state, which is not cheap, in my opinion, for something I do like once or twice a year. Alright, how many gears are gonna spawn? Do you have R5 of the craftable polearm? Yes, I do. We're doing this for anyone that's joined. We're doing that. I've been losing viewers, by the way. Thank you, chat, for voting for. Thank you for voting for me to lose viewers. I appreciate it. What was it? Oh yeah, we're fishing to. If anyone's joining, we're fishing to farm gears for Emilie, because this apparently is the best way to do that. Like we'll see what the conversion rate is shortly here. After we finish fishing out this fishing hole. We'll fast forward time a little bit again, and we'll see where we're at. You can always stop. You fulfilled the fish, We fulfilled the fish. Fulfilled the task, which is fishing. Yes, I know I did, but we are gonna go check, because you know what? If the conversion rate is high enough, like that, it would be like less than a 5-hour time investment for me to farm drops for Emilie. I might be down to make this as a video, or at least as a stream format for the next couple days, which would be awful. God, it'd be terrible. But anywho's, where do you do this? Where do you do this? Here we go. Okay. Oh, you don't even. No. Okay. The bluefish that I just spent like 10 minutes fishing for, while rambling about fishing. On what grounds were you comparing fishing to gacha? They're both hobbies that take meaningful amounts of time that people can spend meaningful amounts of money in, and fishing can be way more expensive. So, especially if you factor in time as a cost investment, right? You can change material. Oh, okay. Thank God. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So how many do we get? Right. This is. Let's get one. It doesn't cost more, right? Yeah. No, it doesn't cost more. Okay. We get. Okay. 3. Is it always 3 in 1? Okay. We'll do. I'm gonna record. I gotta take a note of this. 3 base material. Second. Right, no, I'll just do first tier, second tier. We're data analyzing here. I could look this up, but we're not gonna look this up. Third tier. Okay, so this was 3, 1. This is important because we need to do math to determine how viable it is to actually be insane and just fish for Emilie's materials. All right. And wait, no, I need to do these one at a time. We also need to see if like the blue ones give us more or not. 2. Ew. Oh god, that's really bad. See, that amount of materials is bad. Like, I was hoping for guaranteed. If it was guaranteed middle tier materials, much better. Right? Okay. Okay. 3. 1, 1. Yeah. And that's not bad. That's not bad. 3, 1. Okay, so getting only 2. The 1 might have been unlucky. That's all it is. Okay, now it's gone to the bluefish. So this might be different. I'm not sure. No, it looks like it's the same. Okay. So 2, 0, 0. All right. I should have just done this in a spreadsheet, but I'm doing it in Notepad, which is making it take longer. Okay, nice. So it doesn't. Either we're getting lucky, or it doesn't seem that unlikely for us to get some of the higher tier drops, right? Like getting these big gears is really valuable. This is equivalent to like 9 of these, right? And that these are usually the main intensive thing to farm for. So if these are this common, right? Like we've gotten them. We've gotten these, and we've done 1, 2, 3. We've done 6 things so far. We've gotten this 33% of the time. Like, yeah, fish gacha. Let's go. Okay. 3, 1. 2, 2, 2. Yeah, it seems like it's a minimum of the 2 low quality ones, but let's go. There we go. We got 3 of that again. Or sorry, the big one again. That's good. I feel like I recorded one of mine wrong, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I recorded the 3rd one we got as 3 of the low tier and 2 of the middle tier. But it's not going to skew the data that much. It's fine. Alright. You wonder if there's a pity system for the gear crafting? Wow, we got 2 of the middle and then 1 of the highest. Or 2 of the lowest and 1 of the highest, and none of the middle. Interesting. 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 Might depend on the rarity of the fish. Yeah, I'm aware. It doesn't seem like it varies that much, but it might just have a different table. Yeah, like the fact that that can happen. Interesting. So we got of the we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fish, right? I think it's the same. 11 fish. And then that gave us 4 of the highest tier. It gave us 1, and it was, yeah. So that seems to be a pretty consistent 33% chance. I'm guessing it's a 33% chance ish. So maybe 1 in 3 chance of 1 high tier. Yeah, and getting 9 gray ones is really good. Yeah, equivalent to 9 gray runs is really, really good, since that's the main, like, intensive thing farming-wise when you're talking about, like, crowning characters, like is what we're planning on Polearms only. I want to be able to double crown her on her release, so that's what I'm factoring. And it would be really funny to do it just through fishing, right? Really dumb, but funny. How many of the second tier we get? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 of the second tier, which is interesting. And yeah, 8 second tier, and that's equivalent to 3. So let's figure out, and then let me just, the simple way to do this actually is to just average it out for how many of the lowest tier material we got. So this is 11 runs. So we got 4 of the highest tier, so that's 4 times 9 is equivalent to 36, the lowest ones. And then we got 8 times 3 of the second tier one, which is equivalent to 24 of the base ones. So we're at 60, and then plus, I'm just gonna do 1 second. 88. We got 88. 88, so divided by 11, that's an easy 8 average. So that's an average basically of slightly less than 1 big year per, right? Per fish. 8 average for low tier, or one big tier, right? Which means what we need to do, it's a freaking game. The fact that you have to do this kind of stupid math to like plan out your things is so funny to me. I don't dislike it personally, but it's also, I think, a big turnoff for a lot of players. Like, it makes me surprised that as many people play this game as they do, because I feel like it's a pretty big turnoff. So anyways, Emilie, like, we need to double crown, right? So we're gonna double crown and level 8. Her normal attack talent is my goal, because that's what I had the talent materials for. Maybe I'll triple crown if I like the Candace shenanigans enough, but realistically it's not that relevant. So first of all, let's just deal with base ascension. We're gonna do it in terms of like the lowest tier materials to estimate the number of fish. We need to figure out the number of fish we need to farm based on the materials I currently have, right? Right, so we're gonna figure out the total number of materials. You think I would just know this off the top of my head, because I've had to do this a lot. Not for fish specifically, but just in general. Right, subtract whatever I have from here currently, and figure out what we need, right? So Emilie needs For just Ascension. Okay. So Ascension is easy. It's 36. Ascension is easy, right? Because you can just look at any character in the game. It's always the same. So it's the same as Chevreuse. 36 of the high tier. And then 30 of the low tier. Yep. 30 of the mid tier. 36, 30, and then 18. Okay, so 18 of that, and then talents. I wish you could look per level on here, but I'm gonna have to look at Amber. Give me a second. Imagine a video only leveling up Emilie by streaming. Now this is probably gonna be stream content, guys, because I don't really care for editing down farming content. I don't find it enjoyable to edit. I don't think it's that enjoyable content. But I think it's stupid stream content that I think could be really dumb and silly to do for the next couple days. So anyways, talents from level 1 is of course 6 of the lowest tier, and then you immediately get into the mid tier. So we need 18 more, so that's a total of 36 low tier materials. And then we need 3, 7. Wait, why does it go 3, 7? 3, 4. Okay, so 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 6 is 13, plus 9 is 22. Alright, so up to level 6 we need 22 per talent. So that is 66. That is 96 of the mid-tier ones. And then we get in the expensive area. We need the big gears for the higher talents. And that is 10. We need 10 gears for level 7 and 8. So that's 30 for level 8 on all talents. So we're just 66 big gears. And then for the final 2 talents, which I'm only doing a skill and burst, we need let's see, level 9. We need 9 plus 12. That is 21 times 2. We need 42. So that is 108. Alright. We need 108 big gears, 96 small or middle tier gears, and 36. Actually, I might have more than I thought. Maybe I don't have to do this at all. Okay. Well, that would be unfun. Sub count plummeting. I mean, I'm surprised how many viewers I maintained while talking about this. Let's convert. Turns out Genshin was a fun math game all along. I mean, no, I've always known this. I encountered this very quickly. When I first started playing, I was like, oh, this game is all just like math to plan out anything you're doing. Wow. Like, there's a large amount of like decision making and like how you balance the value of doing one thing versus another thing. So anyways, we need very few of the low tier ones, right? So we can just like do that. Wow, thanks, Sucrose. We can do even more. Blam. All right. We only need 36, right? But then we needed 96 of these. Oops. So I need to leave a good amount of them. 96 would be divided by 3. That is 32. So that means I can make 21 safely. And we're going to do sucrose doubling because we believe in sucrose. Give me more than 2 doubled, higher than your rate. That's well, okay, expected. I can't complain. All right, so there we go. And then we have 42. All right, no, I do need a lot. Okay, yeah, I'm correct. I was correct. I do need a lot. Never mind. I forgot how bad the conversion is. Okay, so let's up convert as many possible so we can get so we can simplify this down. I need 36 of the base ones, so I just need to, there we go. I can do that many. All right, blam. So that's how many base ones I need. Oh, frick, I did the wrong one. Whoops. Ah. Frick. Ah, god dang it, I just goofed. Oops. Frick. I thought I had selected this one. Not this one. Okay, never mind. Well, okay, fine. It's fine. I can resolve this by Oh yeah, it's fine because I can just convert. We can just convert the total amounts I need to grays essentially to the low tier model, right? To this one. Since we know that we get an average of 8 per, at least based on the 11 runs, 11 fish we turned in, right? So the goal here is to calculate how many fish do I need. Oh god. Okay, so 108 times the 9 is 972. That's so many. 96 times 3, 288. So 288 plus 972 plus 36. We need a total of 1296 of the base of this one functionally. But we need to subtract what we currently have, and we currently have a good chunk, right? So we currently have I need to get my calculator again. 65 times 3. Oops. No, that's not 65. We have 37 times 3. There we go. Okay. 37 times 3 plus 65 is 176. And then how many of these we have? We have 64, so 64 times 9. 64 times 9 plus the 176 is we have right now I have the equivalent of 752 gears, right? Okay. So this is simple then. Now we have all the information needed. So with doing the fishing, if I want to figure out how many fish I need to be able to get Emilie fully ascended, double crowned, and level 8 normal attack talent, I just need to, we take the 8 average gears of the base tier, 8 average of the base tier gear that I got from this, divide that out by, subtract the total of 1296 that I needed, minus the 752 that I have currently, divided by 8, right? So let's do that quick. 1296, right? Yeah, 1296 minus 752 divided by 8. I need to fish for 68 fish. That's not that many. That's not that many, right? 60, no, the wrong screen. 68 fish, right? Although I might have actually really effed up by doing the conversion, but it's fine. I don't think it'll matter. By accidentally up converting too many things. It depends on how many of the right, because if I accidentally get too many of these from the fish drops when I crack them open, then I will end up needing to farm extra fish to get like the middle tier drop maybe, but I find that unlikely. It should be fine, since the vast majority of them I need to be big gears anyways. I'd have to get really weirdly lucky in a skewed way. So, anywho's, yeah, 68 fish, right? That does seem very doable. This is what you have earned, chat. This is what we're doing now. I'm probably not going to do it this stream because I've already been streaming for 3 hours. And that's a lot of time, but you know what we're doing either tomorrow's stream or you know we're doing tomorrow's stream or on Friday's stream or Sunday's stream. We vision. This is what you have earned. Thanks for giving me the stream I guess format. 68 fish, gear fish specifically. I have a lot more bait than I needed for that. All right. So does Toma passive only work in Inazuma? I think yes. Yeah, fish in Inazuma. Okay. So what we need to do then for the remainder of this stream, we're gonna end the poll now finally. All right. It's gonna be one of the dumbest things I can ever say I did. I fished for. It's not gonna be an edited video, I don't think, unless it ends up being really entertaining and for some godforsaken reason. Yeah, just the fact that I'll be able to be like, yes, I leveled up Emilie entirely with fishing. And I'll probably mention it in like the Emilie wishing video or something and be like, if you want a fun fact, most of the gears that I got for Emilie were from fishing. Go watch this live stream. Yeah, it could be a cool short, but I hate editing things down to shorts. I'm terrible at it. It's miserable. I dislike. Like if I ever hire an editor to do anything, it's going to be an editor to make short form content, like literal shorts, right? Clips of streams that can be edited down to a thing, whatever. But right now, I don't know. It might be worth it monetarily for me to pay someone to do that, but like, I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't want to do it myself, that's for sure. Anywho's, so what we need to do is we need to go mark on the map where the fishing spots are. If anyone wants to, no, I'll just, if you Photoshop Emilie into a fisherman outfit, would you use it for the thumbnail? I mean, maybe. It has to use, it can't use any non-released art for Emilie though. So you'd have to use like the official splash art, so I don't know. You can DM me if you need. I have a transparent cutout saved already for Emilie's like art, the official art that they revealed. So, anywho's, it probably won't be that high effort for me, but if someone else wants to give her fisherman's clothes, like do a high effort thing, I wouldn't turn it down. But that's the plan for the stream. But I need to go mark out the places on the map, right? I'll probably just look up the fishing locations. But let's see. They really should add an in-game mechanism to like talking to the fishing lady, be like, hey, I need suggestions on places to fish. Maybe they do have this. Let me double check, I guess. Poisson has 1, Elenis has 3. I don't think I have Elenis unlocked. I guess if anyone wants to join my world, no. If anyone wants to join my world and show and take me to the fishing locations, if you know them, feel free. But let's see. Oh frick! I just scared the fish away. Dang it. Boy, I know I'm getting a little bit brain farted with talking for 3 hours because I can't speak. I need fishing locations for gearfish. All right. There we go. Gearfish specifically. So this one is 1. Can you? Nope. See, they should really give like an option in this lady's dialogue and the fishing people's dialogue in each region. Be like, hey, do you have any suggested locations I can go fishing at? And then she's like, yeah. And then it like puts like a little spot on your map or whatever. And I think that would be smart of them to implement. But instead of having to go to outside resources to look up where these are. But we can just look it up. It's fine. Fontaine, gear, fish. Alright. Found a Game A article.
Oh,
they usually have decent
my
spots or
undivided
decent
attention.
images for marking on the map. Never mind, they only marked 1 spot on the map. They only marked the spot that I already had marked. Is this the only location for the gearfish? What? How is that the only location? There's no way. Oh my god, okay. Let's try this other linked article they have then. Scroll down. Fishing spot locations in... Oh my god, this is such a long section. Like, here, let me just show you what I'm trying to find in this stupid list here. Like they go so in-depth. I appreciate how in-depth they're going with some of these things, but also, like, this whole article needs to be separated out into, like, 4 different pages, right? Like, it needs to be organized in, like, you know, fishing spot locations, where to fish, and then, like, it just takes you to completely separate ones rather than this mess. But anyways, it's fine. I can just... Actually, there we go. Fontaine fishing spots. Okay, so it is separated out. It does take you to a separate one. Then why does it even have... Why is there even... Okay, whatever. Like, it should only have this here. If they have the article separated out already, then just keep them separated out. Don't have a whole collective article that just is a doom scroll of forever fish things. Anywho's. And I need specifically... Wait, I need to know what fish are here. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's gearfish here, gearfish here. Okay, okay, good. So, and I want to mark the ones that specifically have probably gearfish in day and night, because we've got to be efficient with this, right? Get it? Efficient. Okay. So this one, it's easy enough. I'll tab in, press the right button. That should be, oops, right here, right? Fishing. All right. And this one might only have like I'm gonna delete this one if it only has gearfish in like the daytime or something. This is what you asked for, right? Okay. Poisson already marked. This spot has gearfish, but only at night. Okay. I'll mark it. I'll mark it, but I'm gonna also tag it as only nighttime, right? Wait, where was it? Oh, that's the wrong button. It's by a wave rider, but I don't have the wave rider. Where? Oh, it's all the way up here. I see. Okay. Gearfish night. There we go. I did not ask for this, but here we are. Indeed. Indeed. Okay, good. Gearfish. Oh, I forgot to bring it up. Gearfish here. Both day and night, which is good. That's ideal. So add that marker. Fish. I feel like there's not really a beach to fish on there. And I finally figured out your name. Haha, Soluna, solar and lunar eclipse. Yes, it's sun and moon together. It is indeed a name that is inspired after solar eclipses, sun and moon. And silver gearfish only come out at night. Yeah, well, my concern is like, because all the gearfish can be converted to gears, right? So I'm just looking for like the ones that are most efficient that I can stay at the longest, because like this nighttime one has 5 different fish and only one of them is gears and it's only at nighttime. Like I feel like it's just going to be covered in fish that aren't gears and it's just going to be a waste of time kind of thing. Versus spots that have 2 different types of gears at different times can be a lot more likely. So like this one. Southern wall. Alright. Do that. I'm guessing this one is probably only a day or a night one, based on the amount of fish I saw that were not gearfish, is my guess. What's the perfume title of the stream? Farming for Emilie. And pop that back up. And what? It's a fishing boat. I see. Okay. There's only one at nighttime. It's also in the middle of the ocean, but it's near a waypoint. So put it there. Gearfish night. Okay. Got that. Next. Guess I'm just gonna leave this up. This one is also a gearfish night. I feel like if I can do this all in my world, that would be satisfying, right? Don't have to rely on co-op even. I can completely say I harvested the fish from my world for Emilie. This is another gearfish night. And next. Oh, this one. Oh no, the fishing location one does have gearfish in both day and night. That's good. Why is there's so many fishing locations in this game? Good lord. I don't think I need this many locations at this point, but we're gonna do it anyways. Where is this? This is yeah, I know what this is. It's right here. Okay. Look at all the gearfish in this one. This was like a prime gearfish spot, I feel. Okay, let's next near Mary Ann Memorial Park, huh? Okay. Where? Oh, it's by the cubes. I see. And it has all the gears. Oh my god. Another prime spot. And next, Aranius. Oh my god, look at all the gearfish. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. What is this marker here? I don't know what this marker is here for. I'm gonna leave it. Bam. No, don't go underground. Blam. All right. Lumbadu's Harbor. More gearfish. Man, there's so many gearfish. I bet you this is going to be far more fish than I need. But you know what we're going to do in the fishing stream? We're basically just going to fish out every gearfish from every spot in the Fontaine map. This is what you have earned. Accessible spot on the map, I should say. Over here looks like. No. Wait, what? Oh, over here. I see. Yeah. Yep, right there. Okay. Done. There's so many spots. Does this article ever end? Oh god, this stream is gonna take, like, I feel like we're gonna get far more fish from this than we actually need. But it's gonna be so satisfying. You just imagine the amount of gears we're gonna get, because we'll like get all these fish and we're gonna convert them all to gears in one go. Wait, no, you can't, because they're gonna be different type of fish. Oh, that's lame. I wish you could do them all in one go. Like have 100 fish, convert them all to gears at once. It'd be satisfying to see that many drops. Morta region northwest, Petrichor. I see. Petrichor has one right here. Okay, and that's it. All right, finally, good lord. All right. Oops, didn't mean to do that. You can see that tab that's been open forever. I haven't watched any of those videos yet, but I've been intending to. Okay. Yes, there we go. All right. So, Emilie, the plan for Emilie to finish out the Emilie farming, other than like, you know, the boss drops for poems only, because I think, and also ignoring the weapon, which, you know, I'm not worried about, because probably not going to be able to get it right away, unless I get lucky, which I might. So I don't know, maybe I'll pre-farm for the weapon, but not at this exact moment. I don't think on poems only it's going to be that hard to pre-farm for the weapon, because just need these drops. I think I have, oh, I lied. Why? Where did it, what used my Whopper flower drops? Good gourd, okay, the Whopper, ironically, the Whopper flower is going to be more annoying than the fish. Okay, whatever, it's fine. So yeah, the fishing stream, right? Whatever. We'll do this weekend. I think we can get it done in one stream, which is preferable. And then I'll move on to probably pre-farming for the weapon, because my thinking is I would like to get the weapon on poems only, even if it requires a lot of grinding, right? There's enough grinding that unless we get really unlucky, I think it should be pretty, especially like if I win the 50-50 for C0 Emilie, and then go on the weapon banner and like don't get the weapon with the remaining pity, I should be able to get it. But if I lose the 50-50, no earlies, like go to pity twice for Emilie, then I'm not going to have many wishes left, if, like, any. I think I have, like, 10 pity, 15, and 20, about 20 pity. So I need, like, 130 wishes. I have 96 right now. I'll have enough to guarantee Emilie herself, and then probably have a little bit to spare, maybe. But, like, the preference would be, like, win the 50-50, then we have, like, at least a 1 5-stars worth of wishes for Emilie's weapon. And there's a very good chance we don't get Emilie's weapon, right? And that would then necessitate doing some farming. But I think in that circumstance, we're just winning the 50-50, and then even if we have to go to pity twice more on the weapon banner, I should be able to guarantee getting it. Like, I have enough Fontaine exploration not done. I have enough stuff not done in here. Like, I think there's enough content left in the game that I can farm out, guaranteeing Emilie's weapon on poems only. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, maybe we'll do some pre-farming for the weapon, since it's not going to be that hard to get the gears I needed. It seems like, thanks to fish, believe it or not. Like, it might actually be more time efficient to do the fishing. I'm not kidding. That actually kind of surprises me. Because like, we'll see how many this gives, right? Because we have, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. All fishing spots in Fontaine give gearfish to some degree at nighttime or whatever. And only like 2 of them were nighttime only. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spots that give gearfish. And like, if you can get like, you know, the one spot in Poisson over here, right, gave me like 11 fish, and I need 68 to be able to get the last, like, what did I need? I needed like 500 and some. So like I needed a good like 40% of my gears I need to get from fish still. But like even if I had 0 gears, I'm pretty sure it might actually still be more efficient to fish. Like I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how many gears we get from that, how many fish we get from it. I think it's kind of a fun thing to see how viable it is. Versus, you know, doing like to be clear, there's a lot of like mechanical enemies that the guidebook doesn't lead you to. But this seems kind of simpler to do potentially than having to, you know, join into co-op worlds, use the guidebook in every person's co-op world, fight all the mechanical enemies, or do the even more annoying thing of like of marking down every single spot on the map where there's a mechanical enemy and doing that instead of doing the fishing. I don't know. I think it's actually a surprisingly decent alternative. So, yeah. Are you 100%ing everything? No, we're just fishing. So, anywho's, that Poisson fishing spot has abnormally many fish. Okay, maybe it will not be as good as I expect then. We'll see. It'll be interesting, right? My hope is to at least, like, if we at least get enough from it, like in like 3 hours of fishing, we get enough from it to be able to, you know, fully do my Emilie things like double crowning and level 8. Like that's further than most people will need to go, like resource wise. So like then I don't know. I think that's interesting. No, we're not fishing for the catch. We're fishing for Emilie. So, anyways, who let this man cook? Whoever said gears you can craft gears from fish, and then made the whole chat want me to fish for gears. This is what you've done. You've made me seriously consider this as a viable thing. That might be better than doing anything else. Than farming that. Like doing one stream of farming and getting the gear farming done with fishing is more enjoyable to me than having to, like, every single day I log in, have to go and do the guidebook and run around, teleport to 8 different places to get 2 mechanical drops from each enemy, right? I think it might be more efficient. It's really silly, but it's not a bad thing. It's just funny. It makes me think they should actually do crafting for other fish. Like you can craft the other kind of fish into like the pearl drops or whatever, right? If they do that for like every region or whatever, where you can get the like some of the most needed drops for every region
An impressive bounty.
from fish, that actually does genuinely give more reason to fish, right? The fact that they can do things more than just you unlock the one weapon that they give, right? So, anywho's, fish strongboxing, pretty much, yeah. Oh well. Anywho's, I think that's basically all I got for this weird stream. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know how to feel right now about like Zenless. I'm enjoying Zenless so much right now that it really does feel like it completely justifies it being a gacha game, for it to exist. And like I think Genshin does a pretty good job at justifying that too, because like Genshin, I cannot envision what it looks like if it was not a gacha game. They just need to do more with adding more content to actually like enjoy the characters. And yeah, Zenless is a really good game. Star Rail, I think, is more flawed in its combat design particularly, but has a very, very good storyline stuff. Like it's still very much a pretty good product. And yeah, I don't know. I like what Hoyo is doing. They've set the bar of quality for gacha games to justify them, is my feeling, right? And that's where the "is this good" comes from. Like, if it supports, you know, people being able to make video games versus, you know, what is happening in the rest of the game industry where game companies are just laying off and closing entire studios, right? Like how good, like, have you seen Hi-Fi Rush? Have you heard about like Hi-Fi Rush? A fantastic game made by a studio called Tango Gameworks. And then Microsoft bought them, right? And then shut them down after they made an excellent game. And then this is like, at the same time Microsoft is saying, we need to focus on making more, you know, standalone high quality titles. And then they shut down a studio that made a highly successful standalone high quality title that came out of nowhere, had no advertising support from Microsoft, just like succeeded because it was a really fucking good game. And Microsoft's, yeah, shut that down. That's the state of the games industry right now, right? Yes, I'm the spear only guy. This is Poems only right now. And MiHoYo is like doing stuff that actually is like, wow, they're hiring people. They're like contributing to games research. They hire a lot of people out of like universities and colleges like for the game industry. I suspect a lot of people that are working at MiHoYo, like especially ones that are like passionate about games that wanted to work in games, probably are really happy at MiHoYo, hopefully, is my guess. I don't know. I suspect they probably are happier there than, you know, my friend is working at Crytek right now. I'm not going to give details, but but yeah, that's my surmisal. And like it like if we're being holistic and judging, you know, the relationship between the cost of these things on an economic level, like how much they need to make money to justify their continued existence, and what the end product is, and how enjoyable it is without the gambling mechanics. MiHoYo, I think, does a pretty good job. Like in a way that's like, it's kind of good for like it might be good for the gaming industry, like that Gacha and MiHoYo exists, at least as MiHoYo has managed to balance it. MiHoYo has set a really, really high bar of quality that I think has to be met. I think Gacha is a monetization system that necessitates a game being much higher quality, in my opinion. Like if you're gonna be egregious, if you're gonna have egregious monetization system with like potential to spend stupid amounts of money in the game, you really gotta justify it. And I think MiHoYo manages to do that. Wuthering Waves has some good aspects and edges close, but in my opinion does not meet the bar of quality. And like again, the bar of quality is high, I think, but you know, what's a MiHoYo? Hoyoverse, just in case you're asking that question seriously. MiHoYo is Hoyoverse. I call them MiHoYo, but it's a better company than Hoyoverse. Sorry, Hoyoverse. Yeah, Gacha games can't be Gacha, they need other aspects, right? And I think that's why Hoyoverse is so successful. Is they've done the best at making their Gacha games not just be Gacha, right? And like what Hoyoverse is doing is good for the games industry, I feel like. And I don't think, inevitably there's going to be Western companies that copy this monetization model and try to copy the formula, and they're going to entirely f it up. They're going to entirely screw it, right? Like, MiHoYo has cornered the market as far as the quality and like their development process goes. It's utterly insane to me. Like I've referenced this a few times, but it's so crazy to me knowing what like hearing the things that you hear about the games industry, and like you know, seeing how easily it is for like things to slow to a crawl as far as development goes. And like MiHoYo, the only thing that stopped like the 6-week cycle of MiHoYo's development for Genshin, and like, yes, 6 weeks to 3 months if you're talking like really quality patches. I'd say 3 months is maybe like a little more average rate, but either way, 6 weeks for consistently. 6 weeks is when they do major version updates and add some amount of content. And the only time that flow got interrupted in the last like 4 years was when COVID entirely shut down China, to the point that like people were not allowed to go outside, from what I understand. People were not allowed to go outside for quite a while in China. That was the only thing that stopped Genshin. Like that's how well-oiled a machine they have going. That was the only thing that stopped them. And then on top of that, they apparently have enough like of a well-done process for their development that like, oh, we had to make one patch last longer for 3 weeks because the world shut down. Well, we're just gonna, you know, our patches that are later in the year where we're adding a whole bunch of like major content, we're just gonna shorten those by a week. We're just gonna accelerate our cycle, because that's what we do. Like, what? like that's utterly insane to me. Like compared to the rest of the gaming industry, how well they managed to run doing that, right? Like the one time they have to, like, they can't meet their target of 6 weeks, they just accelerate later patches. What? It's insane. And that's insane. Like what that shows to me is like the money goes somewhere, right? The money goes somewhere. they're putting money back into the gaming industry in some form or another. From what I understand, they are funding research, not just like fission research, like, but they fund, you know, games research, right? That benefits the industry, and they're hiring people while Microsoft is shutting down entire studios. I don't know, right? Is it a good thing? Is it a good thing? I think that's all there is just that there's a balance to be had, and MiHoYo is the only one that gets close to the balance. I still maintain that there's egregious structures in MiHoYo's games and Gacha games in general. Like, I don't think these should exist. This shouldn't exist, right? I don't think Weapon Banner needs to exist in conjunction with like C6 and C2 being bait already. Why did they need this additional layer, right? But at the same time, it goes somewhere. Like, I feel much less bad about spending money, giving money to MiHoYo, because of like the quality that they output and the things they do externally outside of that, right? So I don't know. Anywho's, like, I'm conflicted because, again, like it's still it's a gambling monetization system. It's not ideal, but at the same time, games are really complicated things to create. They're expensive as heck to create, and they're doing some good things. I don't know. Anywho's, that's my conviction. It's like, as someone who rails on Gacha and kind of hates on Gacha and is resistant to Gacha, MiHoYo's managed to kind of prove me wrong in a way, right? Is my kind of feeling. Like, would I rather the reality of, you know, like the quality level that MiHoYo outputs for games and more Gacha games exist, or would I rather the reality that Microsoft exists, wherein Microsoft is eating up game studios and then shutting them down? I'd rather the MiHoYo reality, right? Where people just learn to spend smartly, right? In the landscape of games, and, you know, don't waste your money. But hey, at least we get good games. Whereas Microsoft's approach is, no, let's just shut down the studios so the games don't exist at all. So the shutdown causing the shortened patches is why the 3.5 to 3.8 patches felt so dry. The patches, I mean, Fontaine had the same thing, man. I don't know. I think they balanced it out more. I think the desert patches felt dry because it was a desert and people didn't like the desert. That's why. So that's my guess. I don't know. I think they just didn't vibe with people as well as, you know, this area did, and then Chenyuvale did. Like, I think they balanced differentiating the areas between each other more versus, you know, desert. How about more desert? And even more desert. That was the problem, right? So, yeah. That's my guess. I don't know. Like I don't think the shortened patch cycles affected the development of the desert that much. Dialogue was so bad in Sumeru's quest. I can't say I haven't. If you're talking the Archon main quest, I mean, yeah, it was way overly wordy at some points, having done it multiple times. Anywho's, could you do the event gifting perfume? Is there an event running? Or just ley lines? What? What do you mean? Gifting perfume? What? Is it a web event? Must be a web event. Sure, maybe we can end the stream with this. Do you want to open? There we go. Can I... Oh, okay. It's going to open in Firefox because it does that. Okay. Give me... The problem is... Oh, that's really large. The problem is OBS hates Firefox for some reason. And sometimes it's fine. It also hates Chrome sometimes, to be clear. Is this gonna work? Let's see. Nope. There's chat. See, this is the problem. Like, no, I don't want my live streaming. It shows my live streaming window. What if... Okay. Let's see. Give me a second. I like the music here. It's a nice vibe. Nice peaceful vibe. I think I got it. I think I got it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Whatever, it'll just... It's good enough. I know the left side of the Genshin is still showing. Deal with it. Why is it so loud? It's very loud. It's fine. Primo's log into the web event. Yay. I'm assuming the annoying thing about these, and I usually don't bother with them, is you can't complete them all in one go. You have to like log into them daily. It's just like, ugh, I don't feel like it. But whatever. We'll see what we get. Why is the UI so loud? Gift perfume. Okay. I need to make some perfume, I assume. Make perfume. Maybe I should, I don't know. If I miss something in the dialogue here, feel free to yell at me in Discord. Draw cards. God, why is the UI so loud? Okay, I gotta turn it down. It's annoying. Okay, play some cards and then you click to blend. Yeah. I get it. Orange fields. Gift. Here you go, Navia. Enjoy. 32% of travelers chose to gift this perfume to Navia. Among them, the most selected fragrance keyword is elegant. Only 51% chose the fragrance mild. What? Okay. Sure. I have to... What? Oh god. I have to color? Oh, it's just a... I see. Okay. I can't get green? Oh, okay. Oops. Oh god. What is this? This is weird. This is odd. Oh my god. This is... Oh my god. This is a lot of clicking of things. Let's... There's not enough colors. I want blue. Why are they not unlocked? Whatever. No! Alright, beautiful. Beautiful. Wait, what? Save. Save successfully. How do I leave it? How do I leave? Can it be done? I just downloaded it. No, I don't need to download it. Frick. What, you want me to share it? There you go. Can I? Okay. Did I not have to do that? Did I just not have to do that at all? Okay. Successfully make one premium perfume. Okay. This is one of the web events of all time, I'll be honest. Like, I knew the top level was exit, guys, but I thought there was, like, a continue. Like, I had to, like, ship it off or whatever. Yeah. How about this? That looks fancy. It's completely optional. I see. Okay. Yeah, that's what I didn't realize. Here you go, Farina. Is it only Farina, Sigewinne, and Navi? 13% chose to give to Farina. Well, I mean, there was no logic that I had. Wait, I keep on going to here. No, back up. Okay. How many can I make? I assume I can make 2 bottles. Whoops. No, that's how many I have made. Okay. Zoop, zoop, zoop. So is the cards I can draw what is limiting per day? Because they always do a limiting mechanic, right? What is this? This is what you guys wanted me to do, apparently. I thought this would be fun to end the stream. It's one of the web events of all time. That's for sure. Yeah. I think I didn't gift that to anyone. We can gift that. Was it this one I just made? I don't know. Here you go, Sigewinne. Gotta give something to everyone. 12%. Alright. I don't think gifting matters. Does the gifting matter for rewards? No, just making things, it looks like. Okay. I don't know what a premium perfume is, though. Okay. You're free to play, you still ignored it? Yeah, I've ignored these for a long time. Did I just throw away the log card? Oh, no. Oh, no, it just gets pushed back. Okay. I feel like I made this already. Whatever. Incorrect formula. There's formulas I have to buy. I thought it was just like mix anything together. Frick. Combine same ingredients to get premium ingredients. I see. Here you go, Farina. I wish they had like special dialogue like they liked. I mean, she says thank you, but maybe they do have some minor special dialogue. I don't know. Doesn't matter. What is this? Exchange shop. Select wanted cards. Okay, so you can make specific ones. I see. Alright, we're just gonna draw cards. And we're gonna try to make the same thing. Oh, look at that. Look. Blam. 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 What? 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 Ah! I hate this. I hate this. I truly hate this. This better be a premium. Is that premium? I don't know. Okay. Log. We want log perfume. Rude. Okay. Come on. Why? Why is this? I hate it. I really kind of hate it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Drag one flower card onto another flower card to combine them. Oh. I see. Yeah, they combine. Yeah. Premium. There you go, Farina. It's like a bouquet of fragrant flowers. Okay. Wow. Make 9 bottles of perfume? I'll try to make 9, I guess. Share the fragrant report once. Fine, I'll share it. Here you go. I'm sharing it with you guys. Congrats. Wait, what? No, go back. What? Where's the fragrant report? I said share, and then it took me to just the... Oh, I see. This is what I had to share. Okay. There you go, I shared it. Why? Go back. Okay, we need to make 2 more. I can do that. Frick. 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 Yes. Alright, I don't know if I can make another one. That's really annoying. I think I wasted too many cards. Please? No! Well, frick me. I can't get the... Well. This was enlightening, chat. Thank you. I had fun. I like the music. It was good music. As always, Mihoyo nails the music. Yay. I mean, maybe those 40 Primo Gems will matter. I will probably forget to do... You have one more quest for more quests? I already closed it, to be honest. You drank the perfumes, Igor. Uh-oh. You might be dying soon. Rip. Alright. There we go. Whatever. Hey. It gave us some primos. It was something. Yeah, we'll try to have the ZZZ 1 week later, first impressions. It's basically just going to be first impressions, going over all my thoughts on numerous different aspects of Zenless. And it'll probably end up... I have a lot of notes. I'll probably talk about a lot of stuff while recording it later, and probably end up editing it down to be a bit more condensed, I think. Or it might just be really long. It might just be like an hour of me talking about different aspects of Zenless a week later. And I won't plan. I don't think I'll have a whole section in the video like I talked about here in the generalized like gaming industry sense. It's just like Zenless is absolutely connected to like those thoughts that I was having, right? So you might see little vibes of it or whatever in it, but mostly it'll be talking about specific things in Zenless, things I like, and whatever. And then I'll have a live stream either tomorrow or Friday, and then live stream on Sunday. We'll be doing a fishing stream, of course, very important. Hour-long yap session. It might be a yap session, yeah. It'll be a slightly edited yap section, though. It should seem a little bit more coherent and structured in some way. Not like super well planned out. Like if I was a good scripted high-effort YouTuber boy, I would have spent more time yesterday, like just fully written it out, you know, planned out all my B-roll, blah 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 blah. But instead, it's just gonna be. I do have a lot of B-roll that I plan to edit in. But a lot of it's just gonna be like, all right, talk about this while showing this. Talk about next thing while showing this. Talk about next thing and show some of that. That's basically all it is, but it's 1,200 words of that. So, anywho's, yeah. Fishing stream tomorrow and Friday. And or Friday. Maybe not both. Hopefully not both. I hope it doesn't take 4 hours to do all the fishing. Yeah. You know, here we're gonna end it off going here because I don't think. Got Farina, what teams do you recommend? What teams do you want to play? Like, Farina is a buffer. She does a lot. So, enemies are too repetitive. Yeah, I think I have that in my notes. It might end up getting cut out by accident because I think it's relatively minor. Because I think adding enemies has always been a thing they've done in their games, right? So, like, I have pretty high confidence that Mohoyo will diversify the enemy set pretty significantly over time. I might comment on like how what the enemies are doing oftentimes isn't that interesting, but I also might not mention that because honestly, like some of my favorite enemies are still pretty good and engaging to fight. But it doesn't feel fundamentally disconnected from the design structure of have some just fodder, eat some damage enemies, shoot at you while you're focusing on a big guy style thing. I think it's fine. I think it's a perfectly fine balance right now. There's a good amount of enemy variety for the start of the game, and I'm pretty confident they're going to add more, so if I mention it at all, it's going to be like a minor footnote. Anyways, 15k primos are just from farming. These are, yeah, since Arlecchino's banner. I think I have a Welkin going right now, so some of them are from a Welkin, but yeah, it's just from events and whatever stuff this patch and etc, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, I would like more enemies, and I suspect that will be one of the main things they do on a per patch level. They will probably be introducing new enemies, I imagine. I'd be surprised if they weren't. New enemies that do new things, but yeah, I'd mainly just rather like to see the enemies do more than just like attack you on occasion. Like, I want more aggressive enemies in particular, because like one of the most fun enemies I think is the boss where it has an attack where you do it has a parry attack where you can do like a switch counter attack, and then it has another one right after you can do another switch counter attack, and then it has a little bit of a delay wind up that gives you some time to do some normal attacks or whatever in between, but then has another one you have to, like, it has a very satisfying rapid sequence of parries directly after each other. More of that I would like to see. So anyways, Genshin raised the character level cap. We'll find out soon. We should find out this time next week, most likely, because 5.0 beta will be starting, right? So yeah, next week should be very interesting. I will very likely stream next week to talk about 5.0 things, but it probably won't be titled 5.0 leak things. It'll just be streaming while talking about them, right? Doing whatever. It's not going to be like Zejeff, you know, or a spreadsheet impact. It's just going to be me vibing, giving surface level thoughts about things. But there's going to be a lot potentially to talk about, good lord. So I don't know. I'm going to have to organize my thoughts before streaming, so you know. Anywho's, yeah, we'll see at level 100 if it is a thing or not. It'll be interesting if it is. That's what I'll keep it at for now. We'll find out next week. We're so close that why even bother thinking about it until next week, basically. Anywho's, yeah, fishing stream this week, very important, very important. Tune in tomorrow, or Friday, or Sunday. We'll see.